How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Shaun Attwood channel. I'm Ron Swanson, and today we're diving into the cult of Epstein, and we're starting a little bit earlier. We were meant to be at 8 o'clock, but we're at 7 now, and I'm just waiting on Paula arriving. She may not be here till 8, but there's a lot of stuff to go through that I can sort of move forward, and we can cover the main topics towards the end. Now, yesterday and the day before, I started pre-warning you all that we're about to see the wave of false news, fake news, shock news, rage bait, all of this stuff. And it is coming in thick and fast now. We're going to debunk 3 current trending Epstein discoveries to put your guys' minds at rest, and I'll waste my time debunking this so that tens of thousands of people don't waste their time on this. And that's old news. What's old news? What's old news, mate? What have I even told you about? What's old news? So there's been a lot of images going around, a lot of shocking stuff. The first one being the video of allegedly Jeffrey Epstein burning a 12-year-old girl while she's tied down on the ground, right? Now, this has gone bananas on the internet. Absolutely bananas. So, just to put everyone's mind at ease, the man that you're seeing here, right? This is Lou, all right? This is Lou right here. How we doing, Lou? And just to show you how easy it would be for me to make up some Epstein false news about Lou. New Epstein torture video found. New Epstein torture video found. You see what I'm saying? So much time has been wasted on this. So here is the girl, the alleged 11-year-old girl, who is a fully grown actress, adult performer, if you will. Pretty extreme stuff she does. Oh, but Ron, we need to double this up. Okay, so here is the identifiable tattoo from the girl in the alleged Epstein video, and here is the girl from her own website with the same tattoo. She's very much alive. Here is the comment section from the website containing said video. Now, this isn't a discussion about whether or not this sort of content should exist, right? This is me just pointing out how crazy all of this is. All of this got debunked years ago. Years ago. Years and years and years and years and years ago. And it's just getting regurgitated now. There's also pictures of chickens, right? Pictures of chickens. It's apparently in the DOJ files. Why would the DOJ redact a chicken and it looks like there's a little leg here, like a little baby leg, right? This literally got a watermark right there. Ron, check out what Shaun was talking about. Right, I've got that saved, mate. Nice one. So this is, again, unless they got it from the Epstein files like 10 years ago and then put it on the internet as a precursor for when the Epstein files came out, so they could say, do you see what I mean? It's crazy. So again, I've done the debunking on this. Here is the original image done years ago by the artist. I've had to black it out because it is very erotic art. Doesn't contain any children, right? It does contain a fully grown man on his back with his legs up, and there's his little leg there. And you can see the watermark over on the other side. And then we've got a second rendition of this, which appears on, where is it? This one. Where you can see the actual watermark right there. And then image depicting the hoax. Like these, like clickbait, fake news things. Also, we've reached out to Lou to ask if, just by email, obviously I don't really want to invite him on the show. He does very extreme content. But it'll be interesting to see what the response is from people who are caught up in the Epstein false news. You see what I mean? Because boy, does Lou look like Epstein from the side. It's scary. I mean, you can see right there how similar he is. It's crazy. And you can see his name up there. There's Dree Morgan, the actress. Once again, there she is there. And it's sad that things like this are weaponized. Why is it sad, Ron? Because what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, is you're going to have a certain level of individual who's involved in the Epstein case, who's going to hear, oh, did you hear that torture video about Epstein was fake? And they're going to assume everything they hear about torture now in the Epstein files is fake. It weakens all of the survivors. It jeopardizes the reality where this could have taken place. There's my Paula M.
I was just finishing my live. I was doing a live with the Angry Bootnik. So.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It was
no, that's okay.
Sean's time
1 hour. I always aim for 1 hour, but he's always funny. You know, sometimes he's the kind of mate. He's like you, but he's very, very, very funny. But you're funny too. I don't mean. He's a former veteran. He's a Bootnik, but he's the Angry Bootnik. You know, so he's always funny.
Yeah. Well,
so what are we talking about? We're talking about this, how they're trying to turn the narrative.
Yeah, well, no. What I was doing was I was showing all the fake news, the Epstein fake news. Yeah. So this is not a 13-year-old girl. This is a BDSM actress called Bree, which is her there. So that's the girl in the video. It's all been debunked. If I wanted to create more false news about Epstein, I could use more videos of Lou, who looks a lot like Epstein from the side here. Here's a picture of Lou from the front again for you, Paula. So the reason that I'm going over this quickly is because of how much time gets wasted on fake news, how much stress and anxiety. Say again?
Who's that guy?
That's Lou. He is a man who films very, 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 very dark BDSM content. Right?
So what a profession.
Right. I mean, at least he's not murdering kids and eating them on an island. Right.
A living, I gotta tell you.
Okay. So, like, this is the world we live in, where the standard is as long as you're not killing and eating kids on an island.
He's wearing.
That is not red. That is
leather. Is that leather?
No, that is rubber.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh, it's rubber.
Yeah. All right. Let's just all relax. We're not judging. We're debunking. So all of that's been debunked. Right. So the next thing, we covered the chickens. We've covered the chickens. So the next thing is, and the reason that we're covering this again is to show you it's so important that you check up on things.
Oh, I got somebody in the chat. You guys in the chat, you're distracting me, and I'm like Ron, because in Canada, rubber means something. You know, I don't know if it does in the UK.
It means rubber. Okay, compass. Right. So. The next thing that's popped up is this Twitter account, okay, which is allegedly the account of Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend. Okay, now when you go to look up the account and you check to see when it was made a while ago. She's only had one name change, blah, blah, blah. And yesterday she started posting about how, in fact, we'll go through it all, shall we? We'll go through some of it. If anything happens to me, a video revealing my whole truth is ready and will be posted on my Telegram.
Oh, Karina Shuliak, but she's willing to go on Alex Jones.
She's willing to go on Alex Jones. Yeah, she's speaking with Alex Jones.
She would take money if anybody wanted to help her out.
Yeah, there is some weird stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. We can go through this and we can look at Alex Jones talking to her all we want. But what else we can also do is we can look at the bot information that's come out about that account. I'll show you.
The bot account, you said?
Yeah. So there's some very clever people in the crypto world, okay, that keep track of scam accounts and bot accounts. So if we come over here, I repeat, this is a crypto scammer who baits with Epstein insider takes to push crypto coins. You can see the posts here. Then we come down here, technical receipt user ID. Every account has a unique user ID that never changes, even if they rename the account 100 times. The proof ID for the Karina Shinalik account, thank you, is this. The history, this ID is created on November 3rd, 2007. We know that. The original name for 7 years of the ID belonged to a Turkish bot account named Crypto Analyze and posted exclusively about Bitcoin and soccer betting until it was scrubbed on February 6th, 2026. So just, you gotta take everything.
Is she or is she not a bot?
Well, listen. You've got to look at things like,
because of you.
I'm following her because I want to see what she says next.
Well, apparently she's following Alex Jones, and it's just the weird stuff that she's posting because now she's putting Epstein as a victim, which
listen, putting Epstein as a victim, if you're posing as Epstein's wife, creates enough buzz to get people to reshare stuff. Okay, and by resharing it, you spread the net for the scamming. I had an error in the ID, but corrections are below. Have a look at this. Direct crypto ties at meme coin pump one. Yeah, see, so just be really careful. Anyone that's posting any links to anything, make sure you're doubling up and checking that it has a link to the DLJ, because again, these are time holes that are designed to get people's attention off of the actual files. Because if I know it's boring, right? The Epstein files are boring. It's reams and reams and reams, 30 pallets worth of paper. Okay, it's not exciting. It's black and white, and you're staring at it. And people would rather fabricate rage bait, which then hinders people moving forward in the real investigation. It hinders actual survivors because people start getting this mindset that it can't have all been real. It can't have all really happened because people keep debunking these facts that are put out. So that's that taken care of. We can continue on. Now, sadly, I got sent a list yesterday with 1,300 more videos from the Epstein files. 1,300. 1,300. So that's going to be fun. It's just overwhelming. Now, we've done the chicken stuff. We've done all the debunking. Okay, so now we're going to get on to the real stuff. And we're going to begin today, okay, with a little video from the one and only Asmongold, okay? Now, you don't know who Asmongold is? Don't worry. If you look at Asmongold and think, I've never seen this guy before, why should I listen to him? He looks crazy. He is one of the OGs, okay? So.
Your eyes look really blue today.
Yeah, it's because the magic's back. All right, we're all right, we're getting there. So we're going to watch this because this is important for you to know. And the subject of this particular lecture, ladies and gentlemen, is beef jerky.
Do you think they found a code for human meat? Wait, what? Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky?
Look, he's reading it off the DOJ website. Okay? To be clear.
Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. What? Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful above all for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids.
I tell you something else, right? I tell you something else. When have you ever heard of the elites carrying meat places or taking jerky to their friends? It's so preposterous that this isn't a code.
Insulated bag would be fine. I don't remember checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has more at her place. Please get it from her as well. I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer. freezer. Why would you freeze?
Why would you
jerky?
freeze jerky?
Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will go to Steve, and the rest will go to you at LSJ when I arrive. Little St. James Island. And that's what LSJ must mean. So logically, that means that they were doing this off of the island.
Yep.
Steve Hansen is sending jerky to your attention overnight. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday.
This is Jerkygate. Can we get some hashtag Jerkygates in the side chat, please?
Will bring jerky. Is there a time I could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky? And that's from Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come.
Jeffrey Epstein is going to go and drop off some jerky. Listen. Somebody was saying that maybe it's narcotics. You used the white powder reference. You wouldn't ask where to store that. And you wouldn't be walking it over yourself. You certainly wouldn't be like, oh, Jeffrey's going to come and drop off the keys, baby. Like, no.
Come tomorrow, show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste.
No, there's no such thing as Turkeygate. Turkeygate is a fake news load of lies.
His new jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called Guys,
He's working at a restaurant called what? Cannibal and Cooks. Okay.
And Cooks.
Okay.
Wait for it. Beef jerky and steak. Can blank make some jerky? I think we should landscape all around the house to use the water if possible. If the main house is not enough. Are there any recorded images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky at all? No, there are no recorded or publicly known images to a lab for analysis. Wait.
Yeah.
Jerky to a lab for analysis. Or publicly known images of Jeff Epstein with beef jerky. Who sends beef jerky to a lab for analysis?
Who does that?
What? I was looking for the beef jerky as I knew it was in my suitcase, and I thought that maybe I left it on the...
Now, again, I know there's some of you watching this going, oh my God, why are we watching a video of some idiot on the internet? This is the smartest man in the room right here. That guy down there. Smartest man in the room right there. Everything is off the DOJ website. Go and look at the links yourself. In case you think this is more fake news, it's kind of crazy how when you read the really boring black and white papers, it becomes a little more scary than fake videos that are designed to trigger that rage bait, right?
The beach, only to find a small plastic bag near my dog's bed. I'll email Francis to make us some more, as I need 6 to 8 ounces to send to the lab, and I'll forward to Francis the info to send to the lab directly. Guys, I think something's going on. What's this here? Apparently it's his last girlfriend who's active on Twitter right now. Check the mail names.
Okay, so we've been through that. But then we get to another very interesting file.
Here, I'll pull this one up and see it. That's crazy. She cooked
What the hell is that?
She ate the brain. Yeah.
This is from
Karina Suliak, huh?
to Jeffrey. Love you. Oh,
Maybe she did. Wire transfer request form. A 65
wire transfer request form. This is it. Listen to this, Paula.
Transfer request form. A 65-gallon guys, 655-gallon sulfuric
55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid.
Why would they do that?
To melt the remaining bones, hair, teeth, everything. And you all thought that
is guilty too.
They're all guilty.
Acid with fuel.
They're eating people.
An insurance charge. They are dissolving bodies.
Yeah, they are. Okay, so there's certain words we can't even type here. Oyster. We can't say that word. I'm just deleting it.
Male Epstein victim.
Tomorrow, I'm going to have a page up on my website with words like the one you've just used, and then the words that we have to use to replace them. It's not a case of censoring each other. It's a case of them not weaponizing words against us and us losing the ability to put this over. Just looking through all this.
It's like and it's not that we're shocked because I read a comment. Why are you guys surprised? It's because we knew they were degenerates. We just didn't think it was at least
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in the slightest. I've been talking about this for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. I'm 4 documentaries deep that are about to get re-released of me going through all of this from the last 7 or 8 years. But beef jerky, okay, the meat, human child meat, that is a rabbit hole that is the thread we should be following on this. Because what we're going to look at now, which is the title of the video, is we're going to delve into the world of Chrissy Teigen, first of all. And we're going to look at celebrities who, for some reason, think that the internet isn't forever and have deleted tweets, have said really insane things. And we're going to very delicately skim over the top of a group of individuals involved in a conspirafact from a few years ago that has a round Italian pizza dish that you cut into triangles and eat. Whew. Yeah, they add 55-gallon drums. That is a lot of sulfuric acid. That's a lot of sulfuric acid.
Let me get the charger because my thing is dying. Let me get
that's okay. That's okay. It's just insane, man. Like it really, really is. Now, everyone just give me 1 minute. I'm just pulling up my Chrissy Teigen stuff. There we go. This woman's tweets are absolutely disgusting. I think they're from about 15 years ago. Okay, so just tell me I mean, how do you justify that? Like how do you justify that? You know, don't worry, it doesn't get any worse. Don't worry. I'm just going to let you just read through these at your own pace, right? Okay. So we're going to dive into this with Paul a little bit because this goes on and 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 on. Like it does not end with Chrissy Teigen. And it's weird because she disappeared, man. Like she just disappeared. Like she's not really been doing much. At least that I've noticed. Until Meghan frickin' Markle decided to bring out jam or some stupid crap. And I was like, why would Meghan Markle send her jam to Chrissy Teigen to do some weird grilled cheese horror show, right? And then obviously we've looked at the images of thousands of tweets, yeah. We've looked at the picture that Paula sent with all the yacht girls, right? And how Meghan Markle was in the background. Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend is on the yacht. Meghan Markle lied about the location of the photographs being taken. And then Chrissy Teigen reappears. The Epstein files come out. We've got this huge link. Does it mean that everyone's a PDF? No. Does it mean that everyone's aware of all the services Jeffrey does? No. You know, it's kind of like a tiered system. If you're the people that are into the beef jerky and the unaliving, you're probably going to know about all the subsequent lower services, right? Whereas if you're just into, 25-year-old beautiful Ukrainian models, you probably don't know about all the horrible illegal stuff that goes on. Does that make sense? These people are depraved. I will take that. Anyone wanna advance on these people are depraved? And I'll pop that up there. But currently, Maureen nailing it. Dude looks like a lady. does. So why in the world would somebody tweet something like this out and be so outrageous with how often she puts it out? Oh man, hang on a second. Yeah, I'm just grabbing some more. Okay, here's another banger for you. Like, what? That is aged like a fine cheese in the sun. I'm going to jail over pizza. That was 2 years after. She's been tweeting like this for 2 years up until this point. This was 2011. This is 2013. Now, everyone was told that they were crazy over the pizza story. Okay, people lost their jobs, people lost their reputations, people lost channels, people lost everything. You were a crazy person, right? And this is another reason why I'm so triggered by all the false news. You don't need to create anything. It's there. It's right there. And now we've got the possibility of new code words coming in. So it's not just about pizza anymore. It's about jerky. It really is. It's hard for a lot of people to get their head round because a lot of you feel like you're sitting and waiting, right? You feel like you're sitting and waiting and you want to do something, but you don't. Like the internet doesn't have an index for where we're up to in the Epstein files, right? So that you can jump in at page 1,446. And when you see something that you can get involved with, like a piece of footage or a screenshot or something like this, that's when things get shared out because you want to help. No, jerky is not the new pizza. Pizza's still pizza. Jerky is just, they're eating them. Okay? Technically, pizza and cheese pizza describe specific, I'll bring that up for you. Hang on a minute. 1 second, Nicola. 1 second. FBI list of words. Because it was the FBI's release of these terminologies and the symbols that kickstarted all of the pizza, Clinton's email shenanigans. So here you go. I just need to make it big enough that I can take that word out. So there you go. Just get all that in. Enjoy that nightmare that I'm bringing to your life. Sorry, I need to smoke, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to swear. Okay. What happens to a sacrificed soul? Oh man, that's going to bounce around in my head, Alpine Sweet, for a while. Stay tuned. I'll ask. Okay, so let's have a look here. So we've got pizza equals girl, cheese equals little girl. So cheese pizza. Chicken is a young boy. Walnut, children of color. Ice cream, hot dog, pasta. You can see it all right there. Was somebody not talking about hot dogs in the Epstein files? I'm pretty sure they were, right? And listen. There is the symbol there that the FBI released for this. Now, I'm going to show you something. You just need to give me 1 second. I just need to find Mr. Attwood's frickin' WhatsApp. Where are you, rascal? There you are. So I was going through a couple of hard drives last night, looking, because I just like looking through all my old stuff to see what I can find. And it might be in Paula's, actually. I found an old image of the one and only. Oh, yeah, there we are. The one and only Mrs. Clinton. And you know how we love Mrs. Clinton on this channel, right? Now, have a look at this for a charity logo, right? Look at that. Oh, look at that one right there. And then let Ron bring you up a There you go. So here are a list of 4 other images released by the FBI. Can anyone see anything at all? Anything at all that you could identify as being very, very similar to what you're seeing there? It's some crazy. It's all just freaking coincidence, right? It's just coincidence. Don't worry about it. So we have been staring this in the face. And we as a society were at a point where we still could not handle the realities of children being hard. Okay? Now what's staring you in the face is the high probability of children being hard and consumed and melted in vats of acid. It doesn't sound like, I mean, I'm not super surprised. I'm surprised that we're this close to globally coming to a conclusion together that all of this is real. Collectively. Because I don't care what you say, okay? This does not happen by accident, okay? And we're going to look at one more example, okay? Now, we're not going to talk too much about this, but if you had a business that was at the center of a massive global PDF conspiracy, right? And here's the logo we spoke about. And this is your logo, right? You can see it here, right? And then as soon as this story broke 7 or 8 years ago, your logo changes to this. This was a family restaurant. And they had live music. They had live music from the classic bands. Like, and listen, I know you've already got their albums. Okay, like, they're a legendary band. Which Rod can't find, so you just need to give him a second. What the hell's going on here? Why is everything scrubbed off the internet? Yeah, Obama ordered $80,000 worth of hot dogs in one of the emails that came out in that. Thank you for that. All right, give me a second. What the hell is... Here we go. So here is the band that would play at this venue. Okay? Now, the band was called EPSTEIN. The band was called EPSTEIN. Family restaurant. Can anyone spot anything in their music videos? Can you? Anyone? Ron, where did you find that? Ron found that 7 years ago when he was talking about it the first time. Sorry. Where did I find that? Which thing? Because Ron is on. Ron's about to start his like third can of Monster, and we are just beginning, ladies and gentlemen. So, when you have a conspiracy that has one of these things, okay, one of these things, a suspicious logo, an odd change of branding that seems to come at the same time as this Massive conspiracy blows wide open. Who's at the center of all of this? Allegedly, the Podestas, the Clintons, Obama, Biden. The list goes on. Okay. Also, the man at the center of the restaurant was listed as being one of the top 5 most influential men in the state he lived in. He ran a pizza shop. It's weird. Wonder what his name was. Let's have a look. James Alafantis. Now listen, there's not going to be anything weird about James Alafantis. Okay, this is him here. He's just a nice guy with a pizza shop. Okay? Okay, we can all agree. Looks like a nice guy, has a pizza shop, looks great. Okay? There's nothing you need to worry about, I don't know. I mean, his name was James Alafantis. His work was Comet Ping Pong. So his usernames was Jimmy Comet, right? Jimmy James. Okay. So family run restaurant, right? Yeah. Family run restaurant. Jimmy Comet. New seating area for our youngest guests. It doesn't get any worse, right? It can't get worse, right? Nah. These are normal things that someone would post on Instagram. These are normal things, right? Right? These are normal things. Oh, we're not done with you, James. Where are you? Hey. It's good enough for the president, right? It's good enough for the president, right? Yeah, James a la infants. So, I don't know what kind of mental deficiency you would have in order to think to yourself, hey guys, let's get some tape. Tape this child down here, all right? And stick it on the gram. And again, all of this stuff. What is this here? No, that's a different person. Okay, hang on. Maybe I should spell Alafantis right, and that would probably help us out a lot. There we go. And then we go Instagram. Paula, I've not heard of you say a word for a while, just so you know.
There we go. I'm here. That's a terrible thing. What is it that they're doing to that little girl?
Oh no, she's just having fun. This is just a normal picture for a pizza shop. What are you talking about? I can't walk down the street and not see a business advertised this way. This is the madness that we are told we're crazy, right? We're crazy. We're crazy.
We're closed-minded because we're not open-minded because we don't accept this. This is the new norm.
I swear to God, this is going to be the week where I put my fist through my computer screen.
No.
Okay, like I'm not being funny, but it just keeps going. It just keeps going and going and going and going.
Can you imagine the fear of those children? Because they must have sensed something was not right.
Why are there so many little kids on your... Okay, hang on, Ron's going to need to take a minute in a minute, everyone. Okay. Now, things escalated. Oh, wait a minute. This is the one. Now,
we haven't talked about Chrissy.
No, we're getting there. We're getting there. Now, guys, nothing to see here. There's nothing to see here. Okay? This is normal activities for a pizza shop.
And look at the sons.
Look at the sons! Paula M., you get the gold star. You get the gold star. Look at the sons.
Beyonce using sons too.
Now listen. it couldn't get any worse, right? Okay. So now we're going to look at the next stage, which is the internals of this man's business. Because again, family restaurant, right? So we've got his suspicious tweets. We've got recordings outside his business of the harrowing screams of children coming from the lower levels of his properties. We have had a man go into his business with a rifle and shoot the walls to be arrested, to force the police to enter this building. And now we're going to look at what's on the walls. Because again, I just want to make sure you understand. I'm not talking about conspiracies. The facts, I'm talking about facts. The FBI released those images. The company changed their logo. The email scandal is real. The man in question made all these social media posts, and the man entered that building and fired. None of this is conspiracy. This is all documented facts. So now let's have a little look at the artwork that takes place inside here. Oh, God. Right. So what's going on? What's going on here? What is this? What is that? What is that? What is this? What is that? Anyone? Imagine this. You're a tourist and you're like, darling, do you fancy a pizza? Kid, do you fancy a pizza? Let's go in here. Off the wee pop. And you sit down. How long before you register? Like you're sitting there and you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What does that say? Teen mum. What does that say? Teen mum, title tracks, teenage, teen mum, teenage. Oh, wow. This guy is on one. Can't get any worse though, right?
Those are children too. They look like they're two children that they look like something has happened to them.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry, Paula. I know what you're thinking about. There's nothing worse when the artwork in a restaurant isn't consistent with a theme, right? Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. We wouldn't have that. But it can't get any worse, right? It can't get any worse though, right?
Disgusting. It's really, I don't know why these people are alive.
Money. Lots of money. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there with the artwork. There's some more artwork, but it's less surreal, if that makes sense. So there's a woman who's very famous for doing artwork of, well, there's one of a drained swimming pool with 7 or 8 little girls and boys lined up against the wall of the swimming pool, wearing nothing but underpants with what looks like their hands tied behind their back. Now, you can imagine what that depicts, okay? Now, when we were talking earlier about the people, the podestas that were involved in this, there's a couple of little points that I would like to raise about the Podesta brothers. And that is these two gentlemen here. Now, what's really interesting, and this is again not conspiracy, this is conspirafact. This was the sketches from the eyewitness reports from the Madeleine McCann case. Nothing to do with this, just throwing it out there. Again, I'm not telling you this is a fact. I'm showing you something that has already been reported on multiple times and is just an interesting point to raise at this stage, in this particular point in this lecture this evening. Now, the Podesta brothers, we're going to look at their artwork collection, okay? And I need you, oh, there it is. I can show this one. Yeah, I can show this one. Okay, so This is John Podesta's art collection we're delving into now. I need to close some tabs. Just everyone give me 1 second. Okay, so here's one of the paintings in his art collection. Looks like a bunch of unalive children at the bottom of a swimming pool. Like I just can't show you anything else. Like they're all so bad. They're so bad. I also need you all to understand that white rabbits are symbols for transportation, for people that are abusing little ones. Just so you know. Now, this is interesting. This is a photograph. This isn't a conspiracy. This is an actual photograph of this Gomer in his house. This is a statue that he has suspended from the ceiling. Now, this is a brass statue of a decapitated victim of Jeffrey Dahmer as depicted in the Polaroids taken by Jeffrey Dahmer. Right? 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 Okay. So this one here, John Podesta, is at the center of a spirit cooking conspiracy. There was a lot of weird things people were posting online during this particular pizza lover pandemic. And it lined up a lot with what we've seen written on the walls in Marina Abramovich's art fitting of spirit cooking, slicing fingers and all of this kind of stuff, which matched up with what was there. Now, I'm not making that up. This isn't a conspiracy. He had a picture of himself online with his hands up. He'd drawn some weird crap on his hand. I'll find it for you. I'll find it for you. I'll find it for you right now.
You know, it's like, the thing is that they get so arrogant because nothing happened to them for so many years that I believe that they're angry that things are happening to them. You know what I mean?
Yep. You can see all of the scarring down the inside of this man's fingers. Do you see that? Do you see all the scarring and how mangled his fingers are? And we'll just back up what I'm saying. One second, everybody. Cut with a knife deeply into the middle finger of your left hand. Eat the pain. And this is how Marina Abramovich has cut. This is meant to be an art installation. And this has been written in every human bodily fluid that you can create. Oh, yes, be kind to all. Correct. We might have to refer to that as the RSC. I think that's what we're going to refer to that on the website, the RSC. RSC. All capitals. Okay, so when we're talking about people in power and we're talking about being told that we're crazy because, in fact, you know what? Do you know what?
It is actually, when you think about it, Ron, it is the fighting that I see these people come out and say, no, nothing like that was happening. It's like, it's just, your imagination. You're making it sound worse
100%.
than it was.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, here's the snails performing at Comet Ping Pong. Family orientated, guys. Family orientated, right? Come on. It's just madness. And like I say, this all came to a climax when an individual went into the restaurant and effectively opened fire. Now, give me 1 second. And
I was watching this thing with what should I call it? The guy did Braveheart.
Okay, I'm just give me 1 second, Paula. Mm-hmm. So here's your trigger warning, everybody. So this was the video that went viral May 2025, 2007. Okay. You can hear that, right?
No, but then I'm hard of hearing. Can you repeat it? What should we be listening to? What's
I think
that?
we've had enough of that. So that went viral, obviously. Okay.
Well, what is it that we were looking at?
It's the children screaming that you couldn't hear.
Oh, okay.
We can't. Oh, none of you can hear it. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Right, hang on. Well, anyway, right. You don't really need to hear it. It's super uncool. So there's a link to it. So we've got no audio. Interesting. Okay, give me a second. Let me put. Did you hear Asmund Gold? Was Asmund Gold? Did Asmund Gold have volume when he was talking? Yeah. That's so there was there sound earlier when Asmund Gold was on the screen?
Everything was fine. It's just this one.
Okay. So let me just take everything away and try and reload it. Hear it out?
Oh, yeah, now we can hear it.
Yeah, there you go. So that video, again, I'm not playing it all, right? I don't need to hear this crap. You can go and listen to it yourself. And that then added fuel to the fire, right? But it can't get any worse, right?
Well, clearly we can.
Can't get any worse. Can't get any worse with Donut Gate, right? Can't get any worse, right? It can't be deeper than just pizza, right? Oh, it can. There's a lot of businesses that subsequently shut down, moved, changed, rebranded, vanished off the face of the earth after this. Donut shops, but pizza shops kept going. Pizza shops, just ping pongs and all this stuff lived on for a long, long time. And none of this stuff, right? None of this stuff just happens by accident. Okay? I don't give a damn anymore what anyone thinks. Oh, Ron, it's an innocent swirl. Is it? Is it? Well, I'll tell you what, let's check the basement, check their hard drives, see where their passports say they've been for the last few years, check their names in the Epstein files, and then it's just a squirrel. A squirrel, a swirl. But until then, man, I have been told, and we have all been told, we're crazy too long. They're the crazy ones for thinking this was not going to come to light. Anyway, so now I'm going to just clear up some tabs. Give Ron a second. So, Chrissy Teigen, we've painted a little picture here of the pizza conspiracy, the facts, and now I wouldn't be doing my job properly if we didn't talk about some of the people in the emails. Because the people that were requesting pizza, hot dogs, these are all the Clintons, the Obamas, the Podestas. This was their reign of terror. And the emails are real. I'm just trying to find.
Are people trying to say that they're not real?
People. Do you know the extent that they've went to cover this up? Do you know that saying the official term for this conspiracy can get your channel deleted on YouTube? It's in the terms of service that anything related to the capital QANON conspiracy machine is a terminatable offense. Okay, That's how hard they've tried to bury this. I have got hours and hours of channel's content from back then that the channel just got nuked, gone, gonzo. I've got it all. All right, give me 1 second. This isn't appearing as fast as I wanted it to. Podesta emails leaked on WikiLeaks. All right, so you might just have to take my word for the emails. I will find them. But this has been going on for decades, forever. And now, everyone that was called a lunatic, all of us, vindicated. It's staring us in the face. Individuals like Chrissy Teigen, I'll go to jail over pizza. Will you, love? Will you? Will you? Should we just check the date on some of those Instagram posts from...
You mean Twitter post?
No. I mean Goomba, whatever his name is, this guy.
Well, you have Chrissy Teigen, I'm going to jail over pizza.
Yeah, I wanted to see, it's 94 weeks ago, so I just wanted to see if these pizza posts coincided with the trending pizza parties, man. The basement pizza parties, yo. Crazy.
This is 2017. This was at the height.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, but this is the thing. This one's from 2013.
Mm-hmm.
This one's from 2011. She's been at it for like 2 years by this point. She is just on a roll.
Oh, more than that.
60,000 tweets she deleted.
But can you imagine?
I can't.
Okay, can you imagine? Because people, please understand. Can you imagine how emboldened this woman felt and unaccountable? That she was so sure that putting the most disgusting things, nothing was going to touch her or anything like that. Because this was July 2011. I don't think she got any backlash or anything for that. This is how disgusting the world is.
Well, here's the thing. People argue how edgy Twitter used to be. Sure it did. How many of us made jokes like this, though?
None.
I mean, there's some people that have said some outlandishly insane, edgy madness during the edgy Twitter era. I'm sure you guys, when you were teenagers or younger or freaking during lockdown and were bored, posted a madness. Anybody make a joke like this? No judgment. You get a free pass this evening if you want to admit it. But anyone ever done this? In fact, I tell you what, let me just talk to the boys right now. How often are you down the pub with the boys cracking jokes about how you're possibly a bunch of pedophiles? PDFs. Anyone? How many times have you been at one? I tell you what, boys, when was the last time you were at a friend's kid's birthday party and you were so bored you duct taped one of the kids to a table and took pictures of her? How many times? Anyone? This, when it's put out and normalized, people look at it and they write it off because they just think it's an edgy post. And we're talking about a duct tape kid on a table. Like, I'm sorry. Social media isn't mainstream media. When you see an advert for a TV show that focuses on the abuse of children, and you see an advertisement where there is a little child that is being depicted as in suffering or whatever for the marketing, that is a little professional actor or actress, right? That is a fake scenario. So we have become accustomed to look at advertising, look at the way the images are put out. And because it's on a little screen, our brain goes, there's nothing there cannot possibly be anything wrong going on here because they've put it out on the internet. They've got too much to lose, right? Right? I'm telling you, man.
No, but the thing is that they felt untouchable. They felt almighty and powerful that they would do stuff like this, and I mean, and they thought and they thought it was funny. Look what Chrissy Teigen posted online among their group. You know, that was her sending messages to these people. That's how they sent themselves messages.
Yes,
she said, "I'm with you. I'm one of you guys. I'm one of the cool ones. I'm one of the cool group."
Here's This is one from 2012. This is just an absolute clanger. Now, he said the cleanest and best pleasure is to have with a 13-year-old. Up until that, I mean, like,
And people were not questioning these random disgusting things. I just saw a baby that looks like a corn star, like a trashy do anything corn star. Is this wrong to think?
yeah,
Who looks at a baby and thinks that way?
right. And this is 2009, so we're actually on what, 4 years? 4 years.
For way longer than that. This
Oh God! Do you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna need.
No deal with Meghan Markle.
I'm gonna have to get one of those. You know those like massive plastic like men that you punch at the gym. They're like the plastic looking punch bags. I'm gonna need to get one for when we're covering this, and then we can just have like a 30-second rage moment and just let it all out. Because man, this is
what's his name? It says now seems good. What is she doing today? Well, she's working for Netflix and she's married to John Legend, and John Legend goes all the time to the King's Trust, plays music for the King's Trust.
Oh, actually, do you know what? That's exactly what we're going to talk about now. So, Paula, I'd forgotten all about this because I was crazy, right? And then Meghan Markle, I meet Paula. Paula starts talking about Soho House. She starts talking about yachts. She starts talking about the royals, right? Then we've got Prince Andrew. So there's a royal connection to Epstein. Then Paula whips out that freaking photograph, by the way, which is just going to cost so many people dearly. That's got a web of lies surrounding it. And Paula can bring that up and show you that.
Which one do you want me to do? The ones
the yacht one, right? And then what I'd like,
the yacht one, of course, yes.
And then what I'd like you to do, Paula, is take us through all of the royal connections that Teigen and her husband have, and I want you all to keep it in perspective that Paula's about to talk about the woman who has posted the tweets you've just seen. Okay?
Let me just get the.
And then we need to start looking at the other web. Now, somebody asked me earlier, what do you think the grand plan of Epstein was? I only want to answer this. I want to know what Epstein's hopes and dreams were. Okay? Like, everything we are reading about was his business.
Well, he was living his best life.
No. Paula, we've got to think outside the box here, okay? We found emails from Epstein discussing whether or not humans have a sufficient level of protein right now, or if we have to create a mutant for them to time travel. What?
I'm showing you.
You need to think outside the box of the evil villain here. So what we would consider, oh, he's living his dream. He's got his island. He's got this. He's got all of that. Nah. He's wanting to be a time traveling, like royal sperm donating. I don't know.
The Modded was at one point pregnant with his kid.
Yep. So Paula is now going to pick up where I've left off. So I've told you all about the pizza stuff, right? Chrissy Teigen connects and bridges these two things. So does the Clinton Foundation. So does the Obama administration.
And we know that Harry is very deep with the Clinton Foundation. And Meghan Markle in 2014, she wrangled herself an invitation to do a Skype call to Ukraine in 2014 at Ukraine University, where she said she was working with Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign, but that nobody knew was that at that time, Hillary Clinton herself didn't know she was going to be running for president in 2015.
Yeah.
And Meghan Markle and a Skype call in Ukraine, and it's there. I mean, I've done videos about it. Yeah. She's saying that she's working with Hillary. This is in September, October that she made that call 2014 to Ukraine, which was really weird and out of place.
Yeah.
Because, Joe Biden had just started to come in a private capacity to Ukraine. But she said in that Skype call that she was that she had political ambitions and she was working with Hillary Clinton in her campaign. And then what's really, really interesting is that just now she appeared in the Epstein's documents with Hillary.
Right. Take us through this, Paula, because the king and her husband.
Show the picture. You're not showing the picture.
The yacht picture. Oh,
yeah,
God, right. Sorry, you've done it. My bad. Right, Paula is going to take it away. Ron is going to turn his camera off for just 2 minutes while he chain smokes and tries to eliminate some of the rage that he has. Also, it turns out, see, if you drink 3 cans of Monster really fast, it's basically the equivalent of having like Colombian's finest. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like here right now. Okay, let's go.
Well, in this picture that we see, I got to tell you something. For some reason, I thought for sure that this picture was in 2014 to begin with, right? It has been confirmed that this picture was in August 2016. 2016. August 2016. I had it so wrong. I thought this picture was from 2014. Ron, this was August 2016, verified. Meghan Markle, this is prior to Meghan Markle flying to meet Harry in Botswana. She went yachting with Epstein and Karina.
Before she met Harry.
She was on her way because she was still living with Corey. She was engaged to Corey Vitiello at least until July 22nd that she posted a thing on Instagram where she says, oh, you know, Corey sent whatever. So we know that she was there with Corey in July 2016 here in Toronto, Canada. And then she met Harry in Botswana at the end of August. And this picture was taken the first middle of August 2016. So basically, Harry got a lot of leftovers from Mrs. Markle because she really partied it up like there was 1995, 1999 on that yacht. I don't think she partied, but she did her job. And you have Karina Shuliak there. You have Misha Nunu, which ended up as another call girl, in my very humble opinion, allegedly, for legal purposes. You have, I'll tell you who the ladies are there, is Heather Dorak, which is a huge Soho House stand. And all of these ladies work at Soho House with Ron Burkle. In fact, Meghan Markle flew to Jamaica in 2017 in February for one of the engagements with Harry, one of the weddings, one of Harry's mates, in a private jet loaned to her by Ron Burkle. So you have here Meghan Markle, you have Heather Dorak, which is deep in the Soho House, Meghan Markle, Benita Litt, Misha Nunu, alleged designer, but she's also married a very prominent man. I think they're going through a divorce. And then you have Ariel Charnas, Karina Shuliak, who is Jeffrey's girlfriend, who inherited all these things. And this lady they don't know their name. But you have Meghan Markle there with Ron Burkle. Ron Burkle is deep. This is another thing that I'm really shocked.
I would have paid good money if just one of those girls turned out to be the future Queen of Norway woman. And it was Meghan and her and Epstein's girlfriend and the yachts. And they lied about the location. Like, it is just because, listen, we were talking about British royals, Norway, the Dutch royals. Like, they're Epstein. Paula, carry on. I'm going to be quiet. I'll have my rant.
This is the thing is, though, that Ron Burkle, we know that he was at the island because we saw him with Clinton and Epstein. Remember? Send me that picture and I put the thing and I posted it. But oddly, just like in the Diddy trial, in spite of the fact that Ron Burkle, the owner of Soho House, was the godfather to Diddy's twins and his business partner, he was never once mentioned in the Diddy trial. Did you notice that? And so we're having now that there's one picture leaked with Ron Burkle and Epstein and Clinton.
You need to find that. And we need to find it linked on the DOJ if you can. Or is this an old picture?
I have the picture.
Oh yeah. Burkle.
You sent it to me, Ron. Don't you remember?
Burkle. Probably not. Oh, Mr. Burkle. I really just want to say to you, sir, that I think you're great. And I can't wait to see all the wonderful things that hopefully will come your way because of how great you are, Mr. Burkle, Ron Burkle, man. Yep. Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein, Ron Burkle. Ron, mate, hang on a second, Paul. Stay there. Ron, mate, do you want to issue a little statement on this one, bro? I'll happily, you want the platform, mate? Because I'm not being funny. You just done a $2.2 billion deal just to retain ownership of Soho House. You've now made it a non-public entity. That's very interesting because the person at the center of your deal was what was his name? The guy from that 70s show?
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher was at the center of your 2.2 billion.
I sent you the picture by WhatsApp if you want to bring it up.
Burkle! So
Well, they ran
Burkle,
into a little snafu at the beginning of January because Maduro was arrested by Trump. And it seems that Maduro was one of the silent partners in Soho House. And because he was arrested, they were short by $200 million.
listen, these guys find $200 million down the back of their couch.
Well, the deal is back on, but it hasn't been finalized because they had to call off the deal when they were short of money, because they don't like to use their own money. They used to use loans or shady secret investors, you know.
Yeah, absolutely nothing to do with a podcast that came out 2 weeks before the deal went through, exposing a bunch of stuff. Nothing at all to do with that, Ron, right? My guy. I
sent you the picture, Ron, if you want to bring it up. But
yeah,
it's incredible because Meghan Markle, we know that she was with Andrew. I've been to a hotel here that Andrew used to stay in Toronto because he didn't stay at the Governor General's house, which is a mansion here in Rosedale. He used to stay at this hotel. And Miss Markle was less than 2 blocks away from the hotel. And apparently she was often seen at the hotel when Andrew was there. They would go to the Windsor, they would go to the Duke of Windsor pub, which is also near there, aptly named the Duke of York. The Duke of York. There's a pub here. It's called the Duke of York in a very posh area. And she would be seen there with him. So we know that she's been with at least allegedly with Andrew. We know that Fergie was lying when she said that, I only met Meghan when she got married to Harry. Prior to that, I'd never seen her. That is BS. In 2017, when Ron Burkle gave her the private plane to go see Harry, Fergie was at the very same wedding, and it was a very tight little wedding in Jamaica.
Ronald, what are you doing, man?
Ron Burkle, the great thing, I did my video with Barb, and then Ron Burkle is very central to everything that's going on. And when King Charles became monarch, listen, monarchs don't go to see people. People go to the king. Well, King Charles, one of the first things he did within a week of being king, he went to eat lunch at Soho House.
Of course he did.
With Ronnie Boy and Nick Jones, who is now the minority partner of Soho House. He was the original founder of Soho House. And then Ron Burkle bought the majority in 2012, and the company went public. And now they're working on the deal. They're finalizing the deal to make it private again, so we won't know their businesses, what they're doing.
Right, that's exactly it, 100%. And it's interesting.
By the way, Chrissy Teigen, one of their girls. That's how she met John Legend.
Talk about the tunnels and the hotels in Soho House.
Oh yeah, I was to the Soho House here in Toronto. It's such a skanky place. It smells like a bordello, and it's like,
yes, we know why that is. Because it's the bordello.
Yeah, the Mandarin Hotel is right across the street from Soho House, and oddly enough, the Mandarin Hotel is next to another Soho House where Harry and Meghan were seen in October 2023 in a very shady island of Canoan, where Ashton Kutcher used to go. But usually the Soho House and Mandarin Hotel are next to each other if they can have it. And there's these underground tunnels which are absolutely disgusting. What? Oh,
just
sorry.
keep talking. Just keep going. I need to do a quick.
So this is interesting because Ron Burkle, even though he was tight, in fact, he used to compete with Epstein because Ron Burkle has his plane, and we know that Epstein was called the Lolita Express. But Ron Burkle, his plane also had a name, and they used to compete to see who would have the most degenerate parties, who could throw the most degenerate parties, and who's in the middle of it? Good old Bill. And this man, I don't understand how he was not once mentioned in Diddy's file, in the Diddy trial, being the fact that he's a partner of Diddy, a central partner of Diddy, and the godfather to his twins. He didn't issue a statement, nothing, untouchable. The same thing for now with the Epstein things. In spite of the fact we know he was at the island, nobody's mentioning Ron Burkle. I am the only one on the internet mentioning Ron Burkle quite a lot, actually. So I just did mentioning him because nobody's mentioning this man. Have you noticed that? In spite of the fact that he had a private plane, Ron, he had a private plane, because we know that Epstein called his the Lolita, right? He had I can't remember what the name of his plane was, but they used to compete to see who would do the most degenerate things. And Ron Burkle, like Barbara said to me, he would like to surround himself with celebrities like Michael Jackson. He took Michael Jackson shopping in Vegas. Naomi Campbell, she said that Naomi Campbell was a handler. But for example, people like Meghan Markle and Chrissy Teigen were considered old to begin with. And two, they were considered honeypots to gather other women to bring young kids there. And two, they were such D-list that they would be handled, that they would have to do the jobs that, young girls didn't do. Like, you give the worst man and to Meghan because, she's not pretty enough. She's not young enough. So.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, right? Because you mentioned the Diddy case, right? And the Diddy case had a big part where Jay-Z was mentioned in a lot of this, right?
Wait, I just want to say something because they're asking him in the chat. Who's Ron? Okay. Ron Burkle is the owner of Soho House.
Yeah.
And Yucaipa, which is a huge company. He's Diddy. And guess who was the consultant who helped him set up Yucaipa? Bill Clinton.
Damn. It's just 1 degree of separation from so many of these people, because everything that happened at the whatever music award it was with Nicki Minaj, basically saying all the things that she said about Jay-Z, calling him out, he's disappeared. He's now apparently one of the big names that's been heavily getting taken out of the Epstein files, allegedly. And do you see how the web just keeps growing, right? It's like you've got one group and then a single link that attaches a huge slab of individuals into this Epstein conspiracy, the cult of Epstein, the cabal. I mean, there's no other way of looking at it. The fact that we have now got the terminology jerky that is being used to describe allegedly human infant meat. And when would you ever say, I'm going to walk the jerky over to you now? It just doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense until you add a layer of conspiracy algorithm into it. Cheese pizza, chicken, hot dogs, beef jerky. And the last thing any millionaire is doing is, there's not like some elite level homemade jerky club, right? Do you see what I'm saying? It just blows my mind.
No, but for example, the interesting part is that John, I'll show you. The thing is how they double down, Ron, because John Legend and Chrissy Teigen are now part of the King's Trust, King Charles. This is after Chrissy Teigen was outed as a bully, and with all the things, you would think that King Charles would want to stay away from it. I'm sharing something with you here.
Okay. Oh hell yeah! Here she goes. Hell yeah!
This is them at the King's Trust Gala, the first in 2024 in New York, where he performed. So, and he's very tight and very close. My friend went there. He was at that King's Gala. I sent you the pictures, man. This is them. This is Lionel Richie. John Legend.
Yeah, I remember this.
Fashion. Remember, I sent you the pictures of my friend being there because she's
yep.
somebody wealthy. John Legend performed for fashion and entertainment royalty at the King's Trust Gala in Manhattan. 2024, guys. This is after everything. So don't be fooled by this. Because, oops, where are you?
We're here. Oh God, I've taken you off. No, we're here.
So we know that they're doing all these things, and John Legend is there, and she's talking about eating kids. Yep. How she would eat human flesh.
Hang on, let me pull that up. Yeah. Do I have that clip of her? We'll find it. Right.
I know the Mormon atheist Lionel. No, I know because I love his music, but he's very much part of the cabal. Lionel Richie. He's actually the appointment for the King's Trust in the United States.
All right, here's one. Passively admitting to eating human flesh. No problem, Chrissy. No problem, mate. Let's hear it again.
Would eat a human.
She doesn't seem the level of dumb that you would expect from somebody who put those tweets out or would say something like this. Like, she seems fairly competent. Wow. I don't think any of us could sit down and eat a whole one, Chrissy, but, you know, fair dues. Let me see what else I can find.
I have one. I'll send it to you, but I'm just looking at this right now. I'll just send it to you because it's interesting that and the funny thing is that her and Meghan Markle were together at Deal or No Deal. Okay. And they were both servicing men, if you know what I mean, for a long time. So then now they're together. Meghan Markle, who says that she wants to look at children's online safety and anti-bullying, a known bully, and that is the way they do. They pair themselves up to these things because if they're okay, they have the credibility, they have the respectability of the king's trust, and at the same time, Charles is doing this anti-bullying thing, and we have the same thing with Naomi Campbell. So they try to give each other a respectability while by hooking up with one of the biggest known bullies there is.
Yeah. So here's another classic Chrissy Teigen clip.
David Ching's Netflix show. Yeah. You talked about the weirdest thing you would eat. Before you say that, we've got a little clip here. Uh-oh.
If the person okayed it, I would eat a human.
If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think
just call McDonald's.
Try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
He's not surprised. Oh my God, you're so dumb.
When you can make it speechless.
What y'all think about this?
I think mad is what I think, mate. And there's another one here. I'm just going to put this on in the background because this is something to do with Jeffrey Epstein and some of his victims feeling like human incubators. And I've not seen this, so I know I'm throwing a lot of Epstein files in this, but everything's happening so fast. I'd rather just play stuff for you and find things and all of that and throw it on, rather than having to put together stuff myself. And I'll credit, obviously, everyone's credited for their own stuff. Hang on a second, Mr.
I'm
John
just finding
Ledger.
this video that I want to send to you about Chrissy Teigen eating this thing from Meghan Markle, which is really awful. And John Legend, I mean, you've seen her when they were on the red carpet and they asked them which was the sickest party that they done something really nasty. And she said at the Obama party, and she goes, well, he hadn't been elected yet. Did you get that? And she looked like she knew she was in trouble because of how she said it. You know what I mean? And you can see John Legend looking really uncomfortable. This is another picture with Meghan Markle here at this is yachting.
Yeah.
This is at a yacht. See?
Yeah, I'm with you. Hang on a minute, Paul. This is freaking harrowing. Like, Jeffrey Epstein may have had multiple secret children, including one with a teenage girl who claims she felt like a human incubator. There's pictures, blah, blah, blah. Bombshell files include several references to Epstein being a dad, with one teen claiming her baby was ripped away from her just minutes after birth. What the actual F? In a separate diary entry from an unnamed source, one Epstein victim claims to have delivered a baby girl in 2002 at the age of just 16 or 17. What the actual, like...
Exactly.
The victim expresses discomfort.
She was there with Beatrice, Sarah Ferguson, and Eugenie. They're close friends.
Yeah. The victim expresses discomfort at what she says was Epstein's goal to create a superior gene pool by having a baby with her. Superior gene pool? Why me? It makes no sense. Why? My hair and eye color? That feels very Nazi-like. But in thinking about these stupid, insane theories, he has, I guess... he has this in his mind. Oh, this is wild.
Yeah, she's insane.
Right, next one. Hang on. The female claims her child was taken away from her just 10 minutes after giving birth, that Ghislaine Maxwell witnessed the ordeal. In the hall, Ghislaine Maxwell said she was beautiful. She was, not is. Oh, no. She
You
was
remember
a
that clip
beautiful
of the
girl.
Dalai Lama? You remember that clip of the Dalai Lama?
Yeah. I heard her. Where is she? Why did she stop whimpering? Oh, man. Yeah, licking the little boy. Yeah, we'll get to that. We're almost there, Pause. What's a 70-second video? We're almost there. My entry was shared by the female's lawyer before the prosecutor started investigating Epstein and his former accomplice. Wow. Because we'll get to that, Paul. That's a really good one. Don't know if you are still on this BBM, but I heard from the Duke that you've had a baby boy, even though you never kept in touch. I still am here with love. Friendship and congratulations on your baby boy, Sarah. Wow. Paula, Dalai Lama, right? Because the Dalai Lama is also, I believe, in the files.
Yep. But he says that he had nothing to do with it. He was just a poor, the Dalai Lama absolutely had nothing to do with it. Oh, here it is.
Like, I don't understand what's going on here. Okay. I'm not even going to play it, right? But basically, he kisses this little boy and then sticks his tongue out, and the little boy like sucks on his tongue or something. I'm not playing it, man. What is this?
Yeah, he's very good friends with King Charles.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it really doesn't.
I sent you a video, a little clip.
Like, why are you kissing little kids on the lips and having them suck your tongue?
That's disgusting.
Like, honestly, again, you can check out Ron's amazing spelling up here. People should start screenshotting these so that we can collect them all every year, because that is amazing. Just go and Google it yourself. I'm not going to play it here because I know better. Okay, there's 3,500 of you here.
I got one of my videos taken down by YouTube.
No, it's more like the fact there's 3,500 of you here. At least one of you is a PDF file. I'm just saying, okay? At least one of you is a weirdo who's watching this right now. So I ain't playing that so you can get a micro jolly, okay? Not happening. So
I sent you a clip. I sent you a little clip. This is Meghan Markle sent Chrissy Teigen her as ever thing.
Yeah, and again, Chrissy Teigen had vanished, right? I had heard nothing from Chrissy Teigen, and then Meghan Markle releases a jam that no one can buy and only 12 people got, and Chrissy Teigen's here God, why? Why would you not refilm that?
Oh no, there comes John, and she's put so much things on her face. She didn't look like that when she was in the Deal or No Deal. Her face is completely different.
But definitely no deal, Chrissy. No deal at all. She looks like an evil chipmunk has come alive. Oh, God. Oh no! 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 No!
How unfortunate you stopped it there.
No!
Oh my God.
I apologize to anyone who just threw their dinner up. Okay. I apologize if you are a man in your living room watching this and your wife walked in right at that moment. I would like, if you are his wife, that was my fault. This is an educational showcase on the Epstein files. All right. So Chrissy Teigen, the pizza lovers, the cases in which we all got told we were mad. The wonderful Mr. John Wedger just sent me a clip. It's 2.5 minutes long. And it says they want to rip the innocence and soul out of children. Okay. And of course, John being the freaking badass that he is. In fact, they're both called John. This is very confusing. This is John.
I'll send you this I'll send you this so you can play it too, because this is the clip that I told you they were on the red carpet and they would ask about this crazy party, the craziest party they've been to. And they'd say that it was a Barack Obama's, and you can look at them when
okay. Yep.
I sent it to you already.
Okay. 1 second. All right, I'll play this Wedger clip after this. This is our Teigen clip. We'll get all the Teigen clips out of the way.
Yeah.
Pick it out, read it, and answer.
Public place, you did it. Whoa. Is this the best or the worst? What do you do?
The best.
Okay, the best. Probably the Obama thing.
John.
Look at John Legend's face.
Where's the best place you did it? Probably the Obama thing, and then you run off and just leave your husband there.
No, wait. Look at his face.
John,
What?
what is your wife talking about?
I don't know.
He's really stressed out.
Chrissy, get back here.
Maybe something to do with hot dogs. You think, mate? Maybe something like to do with $80,000 worth of hot dogs. Maybe.
What happened?
We're not going to discuss
We're
that.
not going to discuss it.
We're not.
But he's really
We
stressed out.
actually, John, don't worry. We actually discussed it earlier, so don't worry. I saved you the problem.
He's not even looking at the camera.
Oh my
Oh no,
God.
he's looking for anyone with anyone in the room that possesses the power to make him disappear right now. He
Yeah,
is
but
looking
this
for a
is
wizard
exactly-
or a freaking Rick and Morty portal.
Secret Service. Come here, jump back in.
Oh,
Look at
man.
John. Look at I don't.
Hi.
We're not talking about it. That's the truth.
The worst thing is, I would have just said, I don't know what you're talking about. Not, we're not going to talk about it. Because by saying we're not going to talk about it, you are basically admitting that something happened, right?
That is an awesome
It's wild.
No,
Absolutely
but wait,
wild.
she says something. She said, "This is
answer.
Not the White House.
Not the.
It was
It
not.
was not at the White House.
What is she saying? What is she saying? Not in the White House.
She's trying to say we didn't do it at the White House, so it was at a private party
Yeah.
at the
Oh,
Obama
yeah.
thing.
Wow. That is actually a mad
She's
clip.
trying to save it. Look what he says, because this is
I promise
He was
you.
not elected yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're moving on.
he was not elected yet. I wonder what Obama had to do to get himself elected.
Oh, Paula. Knocked that right out the park there. That was a
I knew you'd
belter.
love this clip. I knew you'd love this clip. And this is
Yeah.
why Barack Obama had a $60,000 hot dog party and what was it? And pizza party. Even though at the White House you cannot bring any food, he had it flown from Boston to
Right?
the White House.
Also, I just want to say to everyone,
$60,000 worth of hot dogs and pizza.
there is a rule in the White House that there is never been and never will be outside catering. Okay, the White House prepares all the food in the White House. Now, can you think of any reason why they might do that? Presidential safety? Poisoning, perhaps? Shenanigans? How about nothing conspiratorial and just, somebody, didn't wipe their hands properly, E. coli, out the game. That's why. So
But
there
isn't
ain't...
that insane? She's trying to save the moment by saying, well, it wasn't at the White House. He hadn't been elected yet. So they were doing parties with Obama.
How many hot dogs can I buy wholesale?
But I think you can Google that. If you Google the Obama
$1,000.
email, hot dogs.
Oh my God, there's a website called the Hot Dog Calculator,
Oh my God.
and it'll help you. What? Okay. There's a lot of information online about calculating hot dogs for parties. By the way,
I'm
there's
trying to
entire
get you the
websites
email. I'm
dedicated.
trying to get you the email because there's an email that says Barack Obama has ordered the hot dogs from the White House party.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I mean, even if 65,000, even if they were gourmet hot dogs, what we talking? Like, if you're buying $65,000 worth, you must be getting the best hot dog in the world at like $1. Okay. They're hot dogs. Okay. In fact, you know what? Let's put the price up. Let's say $10. Why would you fly? It's mad. And it's been staring us in the face for years and years and years and years and years. Are those hot dogs worth 180K? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They've been made with the lucrative beef jerky from the Epstein Island. Lucrative beef jerky. Madness. Now, John Wedger sent me a clip here. It's a couple of minutes long. And I imagine it's going to be very upsetting. Now, John himself is a former UK Metropolitan Police officer who for years has been exposing the PDF ring in the UK, the lawyers, the judges, the police. He left the police force because he was part of the team that dealt with PDF files, and he seen a grand conspiracy of underfunding, incompetence, two-tiered policing. And when he just said that he was coming forward with this information, he was told categorically by the legal system and the judges that they would make sure he was unalived. Now, John is the real deal, and he's asked me to help this clip get pushed out there. So we're going to click play. If it's full of words that we can't have on here, I may have to stop it and give you guys a link to watch it yourselves.
Of society since the 1960s, and freedom we defined.
All right, John. All right, mate.
Sexually, almost in its entirety, and now we've got to this crazy situation.
John, what are you trying to do to me, mate? Like this is too high risk, John. This is like nipples and stuff. Let me just see if I can do this. There we go.
Where we have drag queens being allowed to go into libraries and teach schools and so on. Pornography is introduced to schools and all of this sex education. Yeah. What's your sense of the meaning of that?
So I'll tell you this, I can define this. My granddaughter, she's only in infant school. Back in the summer, she was in a little race, sports day. So I go to school and she's a good athlete. Anyway, she's taking part in the sprint race and she wins it. She's running, like a little machine, and she wins this race. And there's all the parents there, and my son's there, and with his partner, and he looks around, and I'm actually slumped on the floor crying, right? I'm uncontrollably crying. He went, Dad, he thought I was having a heart attack. He said, Dad, what's the matter? I went, Son, I'm okay. He went, what's all this about? And I said, look, give me a minute, and I'll explain it. And I said, go and get your daughter and all that. I'm going to walk away because the tears were pouring out of me. And I was uncontrollably crying. And do you know what it was? It was innocence. It was a thing called innocence. It was so pure, so powerful. And because of what I've been through and what I've experienced and what I campaign against, I realized in that moment, God gave me a revelation. It's an attack on innocence. Yep. They want to do, there is something powerful about innocence, something tangible about innocence, and they want to destroy it. That's their power, comes from ripping the innocence and the soul out of children, and that's what they're doing. And it's a spiritual thing, and it's a demonic and wretched thing.
I mean, it might not be demonic and wretched. It may be them just trying to follow the God's plan. I mean, Mary was a child, and she birthed a child. So are they trying to recreate that? Are they trying to create a deity through the footsteps of the most widespread religion in the world that is based off of a young girl birthing a child she had no choice in having? But
I sent you a WhatsApp right now for you to look at.
But hey, Christianity and that God up there won't interfere in free will apart from Mary's. So innocence is definitely at the center of this. I mean, we can't comprehend really what that means right now, but we will as we journey through this. Now, Paula, you said you sent me something. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the
Obama email?
Well done. 10 out of 10. So here's the Obama email we were referencing, and I will share a link to that video from John again. Just give me a second, because innocence. Actually, we'll let it finish as well. In fact, I'll let you guys finish it, because the stealing of innocence and the destruction of children. I have heard this over and over and over again, and sadly, you'll hear it over and over again when my documentaries are re-released. I have interviewed monsters on encrypted networks who are not captive. I've interviewed them to learn their tactics, learn how they go about their business of obtaining children. And they all of them who are in the hurt core category fantasize and discuss about this destruction of innocence. And here you go. Fred Burton, get ready for the Chicago Hot Dog Friday. I think Obama spent $65K of the taxpayers' money flying in pizzas and dogs from Chicago for a private party at the White House not long ago. Assume we're using the same channels. Obama. Anything you want to say there, Obama? No, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
And using taxpayers' money.
Yeah. So just to reiterate, Obama, pizza lover.
So the
Clinton,
taxpayers were paying for
yeah.
the
Well, of course they were. Of course they were. Obama, pizza lover. The Clintons, pizza lovers. Chrissy Teigen, pizza lover. Diddy, pizza lover. Jay-Z, pizza lover. The Podestas, pizza lovers. Jeffrey Epstein, pizza lover. Like, it's all there. But we're crazy. We're crazy, right? It is just unbelievable. And the scope of it, the way that this spreads around the world, I just don't. And one thing you can't take away from Jeffrey Epstein, he was motivated. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, I've got a theory that he only slept on his private jet whilst he was traveling to somewhere. Because this guy is talking to presidents, talking to royals, visiting royals, involved in the largest, most secretive of businesses and empires that go through gender, the things that you cure germs with, time travel, extending your life. Like, it's everything. He was in everything. Not even Fortnite and World of Warcraft are safe from this. This is, it's everywhere. He's everywhere and in everything. And if he's not directly in it, he's got a couple of little links in his chain that are out there doing it. Like, we read an email the other day from a guy who was taking emails about models coming to his agency. And when his agency were asked about it, they denied that this is the process that they used. So you have to ask yourself, is that an email about a modeling agency that was using an individual who was corrupt within its walls to lure girls in? Because in the human transportation world, if you can get them to transport themselves, beautiful, beautiful, okay, beautiful, okay. And that's what they do. We heard it from Babs. We heard about the man formerly known as Prince Andrew and all of his New York City apartment girls that she knew personally, and he paid their rent, and he facilitated and we're talking about models who are here to do modeling stuff or trick to get here. And you've heard the Diddy stories, right? You heard the Diddy stories about the singers who were given multiple album deals, but no albums were released and felt like they were trapped inside Diddy's apartments.
It's just, it's just, as I told you, it got to the point that they were so degenerate about it. You know how maybe at the beginning they were worried, but then they were just so out boasting about it. Like it was like a Girl Scout badge. Like, yay! I got a little girl. Is it okay for a little girl? It's driving me crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See her naked and do splits.
Yeah.
Am I gonna put myself in jail? Yay!
Yeah. I just want to say as well, this isn't just men. So I don't know if that was in reference to who the abusers were. This is anything but just men. Like, this is men and women. It's madness. And you can say, oh, well, it's more men than women. Okay, so it's still men and women. We agree on that, right?
Yeah.
It certainly isn't all men involved in this. There are some wives. There's a lot of wives and girlfriends and twisted fangirls.
And they knew. You know what really bothers me? That people say, Melinda, I was so infuriated when I saw Melinda Gates. Oh, I'm living my best life. I'm living a beautiful life. You knew what your hubby was up to. That's why you said that you were disgusted, that she never thought of calling the police, did she?
Yeah, it's none of them call the police. No one has. It's absolutely insane. And we then have to consider the level of blackmail that all of these people are involved in, the yacht girls, the secret filming. We looked at a bit of footage yesterday that looked very suspicious, looked like it was filmed on an old VHS camera. It looked very odd. There was it looked like a frosted glass panel with a camera behind it and a woman exposing herself through, I mean, you know, all your, it's frosted glass. So you're kind of just seeing movements and shapes, but it looked a lot like there was a little person standing in the room, and like,
you know, you wonder though, Ron, the degeneracy of it all, how they felt empowered to do that, and that nothing was going to happen to them. Because who thinks of posting crap like that?
right? It's not degeneracy. You can be degenerate, and you know, I mean, I'm a degenerate when it comes to collecting cards. Like, it's disgusting.
I've seen your
It's
videos,
disgusting, right? It's like how to turn £500 into £20, right? That's degeneracy. Okay, this is psychopathy. These are psychopaths. These are people that practice facial expressions in the mirror when they get home every day. These are loveless, soulless monsters. There's no other way of, because you and I, individuals capable of love, empathy, even if you're a total dick, even if you're just the worst, you're not a psychopath. There's something you love. And these people are not like us. Okay? This isn't about we need to find a cure. This is like saying that the tree wants to cure the rock. Okay? They're not, they look like us. They are nothing like us. There is no cure for this. Okay? Metaphorically speaking, it's a case of popping them all in a holding pen. Okay? Just round them up. Okay?
I don't even know why they bother with a trial, you know?
No, we're not trialing them. We're just putting them on the holding pen.
I don't know why people say we should bother them for a trial and blah, blah, blah. My ass.
No, what I think we should do.
Time and resources and stressful and putting victims to everything. But if you get caught, buddy, that's it.
No, you know, like when asteroids are heading towards Earth and we need to shoot something off the planet to divert the asteroids. Save them all up for them. Just next, like a triple Atlas that flies past, just knock it off course with a whole bunch of them super glued together. Because these people, the pizza lovers, the monsters that can sit down and in any way, shape, or form find this.
No, can you imagine, Chrissy? Because when you sit down and you write something, you usually put more thought in, even to write a tweet, you know, you put thought into it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Ron? It's like you put thought into it. So she sat down and she thought of it and wrote it and thought it was okay.
Yep. And then,
you know what I mean?
But you got to remember as well, like, she was a celebrity.
And probably she was rewarded. And probably she was rewarded by her peers.
Like, surely a PR team must have looked at that and went, that's a bit iffy.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
People were wondering, what the hell is she posing? I remember this thing. People were talking about, because you mean pizzas. Why is she going to, you know, people wonder, what is she talking about? What is she going on about, you know? Huh?
I know I didn't realize you were below me there. You always get covered up. I just want to say thank you, Writing for Music. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much. And I'll tell you something else. We got to keep going. And I'm sorry that it's like you've turned up for Chrissy Teigen stuff. We've done, you know, we've done exactly what we said we were going to do. But then there's another 15 other things. Like there's too much. I can't do 15 little shows. I've just got to get it all out each day, because there's so much that you have to learn about the vastness of this, so that what comes next, you've already got a base layer of understanding of something that you couldn't have comprehended before.
And also they're all intertwined, Ron.
You're right.
You really can't separate this. They're all, it's like one leads to the other, because she was here. Wait a minute, but then she's with King Charles at the King's Trust singing for a charity gala keep in mind that the King's Trust deals with youth at risk. And we have Chrissy Teigen there, being one of the Mary and John Legend who go to these parties. I mean, so you can't not talk about it, because they're all, and the thing is that the monarchy gives these people credibility.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a great point. I mentioned this the other day, right? So if you infiltrate a government member and use them for, say, I don't know, transporting, the royal family ain't going to run and help them. But if you use a member of the royal family to do your deeds, they're protected by the government. And there's also a precognition that they can't do anything wrong. And they've got a bunch of powers that they shouldn't really have, but they do. And it's a very, very smart, evil genius move to have multiple princesses as your fangirls if you're an international psychopath who trades in pain, suffering, and human jerky, right? Sasha Riley. Another testament that in a couple of weeks, you're going to see the re-release of a documentary that I done a few years ago. I'm one of the only people on the internet. I spent a year researching these monsters, talking to them, looking at their communities on the dark web. And I will say this, I done this for 7 years. And I had this, before I started, I brought the cybercrime from Scotland, the cybercrime from Scottish cybercrime police officers to the house, and I showed them how I can search the dark web without any of the images or videos or anything displaying. Because people that say, oh, I'm hunting them, and they are willingly exposing themselves to CSAM, that ain't on, right? You can program your browser to not display images, not run JavaScripts, all this kind of things. And that's what I would do. And I showed them that. And I done this for years. I shut down thousands and thousands and thousands of dark web CSAM sites. We put multiple individuals in the Ukraine to jail over trafficking 70 young girls from a fake modeling agency. The same out in Venezuela. This was all documented in the news. All of this, I can link you a video that'll tell you all about Ron's history and these people.
Well, also, I just want to highlight something because I worked in diplomacy and stuff like that. For example, one great example that we have is the crown prince, the princess of Norway, Mette-Marit. Her son is in trial right now for 38 counts of criminal counts and 4 of those are raping women and beating them and everything. The police, the reason why royalty people like us think or take it for granted that they're above board is because they have so much to lose if they're doing something stupid and they get caught, because the scandal alone is terrible. This is why the police will think twice or 3 or 4 times, or they will have to be absolutely sure with 100% evidence that if they bring something against you, it's gonna stick, because the terms are so high, like the laws, the reputational loss is so high that the police needs to be 100% sure, because especially nowadays, you know what I mean? So the fact that people like you and I would say, and that we had a predator approach me in Edina, and one of the things I felt was like, wow, I didn't believe it, and I contacted Edina. Is this guy for real? He was one of Prince Charles' closest advisors for 41 years and a painter. He was painting King Charles' coronation thing when he was busted by this ring of people, by this organization that catches PDFs. I found out before Ron did that he was out, because I contacted Ron and I said, you must have the wrong guy, because he just sent me a text message, and Ron goes, impossible. This guy's, with the evidence that they caught him, there's no way he's out. He's, and I said, no. And I sent you the number, remember, Ron? And you said, go back into Instagram, message him. And we did a whole thing. So these people are, because the reputational damage is so intense, so immense, that the police will really need to be a billion% sure, which is what they did with this guy, Marius, who's the son of Mette in Norway. They are absolutely sure they got the right guy. The police are not going to risk this, especially damaging the monarchy at all. So this is why they're doing things like that. This is why they get into the royal family. This is why Meghan Markle having a title and having so many links to these people. Meghan Markle in Ukraine in 2014, desperately trying to get herself into Kiev University and bragging that she was in Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign when nobody in the world knew that Hillary Clinton was running for president. She knew. She said it in that Skype call. So this woman has been embedded in this. This woman got this private cell phone numbers of 2 female congressmen and phoned them, cold called them. That is those numbers are not given to anybody, guys, for a reason. So this is why we have people like Meghan Markle who are totally nobodies and who are hungry for fame, just like Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle were both at A Deal or No Deal. And now they're besties. She was also in the Meghan Markle Netflix shit show. You know, that they did a whole episode. Oh, Chrissy Teigen is coming on. John Legend shows up. Oh, I love cooking. I love making pizzas. It's disgusting. And at the root of this all evil is Ron Burkle. And yet his name is not mentioned anywhere. We barely got that picture. You sent me that picture from the bunch of pictures that you got from Jeffrey Epstein. And I named it and I've showcased it. But try to find his name. You can't find his name in any of the emails. And I can guarantee you that his name is in the emails. But they're holding it because they're only showing the emails of the people they want to out. You know, I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, 100%. I didn't realize my microphone was off. I have been answering you, and because this is up on the screen, you probably can't see my mouth moving and probably didn't hear me. So I do apologize. So the Cult of the Black Cube. Great.
Lower the picture a little bit because you're cutting.
The Cult of the Black Cube, right? Absolutely incredible shout. The black cube that is at the center of Saturn or Satan, the planet. And of course, the largest company in the world, BlackROQ. And the fact that there is a large black cube in every financial district around America. That's a story for another time, but you get a gold star for that one. And the other thing was, I've forgotten the other thing. Somebody else had said something. Did I start it? Hang on. Okay, yes, right. You get a gold star as well. So when we looked at the FBI images from earlier,
yes, keep talking.
Yeah, there was one of them that. Oh, hang on. What are you talking about?
You're talking about the pictures.
No, I'm talking to Google. Hang on, FBI release. FBI. It just came up with no results in the whole of Google for what I was asking. Let's just go with that. There we go. So this one here, I didn't really touch on it, but somebody picked up on this. I've said this all along. That is the Walls ice cream logo. This is the official girl or child, you know, you can see it's written on the screen. And then I'm going to bring you up.
You know what I found out, Ron? I didn't know this. And somebody came, but I was told that all the money that Starbucks makes on Saturdays, all the coffees that they sell on Saturdays, get sent to Israel.
Okay. So there's the actual Walls logo there. Okay. And
what's that?
Of course, Walls being a delicious frozen treat for children, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It just goes on and on and on and on. So what we've touched on, just to recap today, everybody, right? We've touched on the fact that there's a lot of false news, okay, that can be weaponized to waste your time and also influence the decisions that people make with regards to, they've debunked all of the torture in the Epstein files because there was a huge viral post that then got debunked as being fake. So a lot of what I refer to as the passive news consumers, the people that just scroll, read headlines, don't read the story, don't do their own research, but will see Epstein torture video fake. And they will register in their head that all of the torture references within the Epstein files are now fake. This is how weaponized fake news influences the dumbed down, fluoride-soaked brains of the planet. You know yourself, there's drones, and then there's those who have illuminated and woken and are on a journey of disclosure and discovery. Okay? And our numbers are growing. But these individuals, they put it in our faces. That's part of the game. Okay? Because Who's going to believe that the biggest kids treat company has a logo that was released by the FBI as being a direct symbol for liking young individuals? We have conspiracies at the center of family-run pizzerias with bands like Sex Stains putting imagery of the exact same PDF logos that we showed earlier. I showed it earlier, and I'm not going to show again. And we're then looking into the politicians, the people of power that are associated with a pizza shop. It's almost as ludicrous as $65,000 being spent of taxpayers' money on hot dogs flown in for private presidential parties. Where's the line for you people? Where's the line? That's what you want to ask people. Where's the line? Is the line everything that happened 7 years ago and the line's a dot? Is it going to be if they release some more files, maybe then you'll believe it? Where's the line? That's what you need to ask people. And when they turn around and say, oh, it all cannot be real, you need to drill it home to them. Okay? You need to drill it home. All of this, when I show you videos that are third party, like Asmongold, I made sure all of the things, and so does he. He makes sure all of the URLs are visible. Because the minute that you start picking up on, oh my God, someone's just posted on Twitter that, X, Y, and Z has just been released from the Epstein files, and you go repost it, and it goes viral. The amount of man hours collectively wasted when people could have been boringly sludging through the black and white text. We love Hollywood, we love movies, we love all of the whole excitement of visual interaction. And that is why when we have a case like the Epstein files, and you get pieces of media that are used and weaponized, its purpose and it's to sway people from continuing to press on through these files. Yeah. So
no, and I mean, people have to see that. Like for example, it is something that the mainstream media. What is their answer now? Oh, we want to create laws to censor the internet because they can't fight it. They can't fight the fact that you can just take a picture. Oh, I saw this is what's happening. This is not what's really happening. I know that the mainstream media, I still get a lot of that. For example, I did videos that I talked about Prince William was heckled in Sterling. Silence in the mainstream media. Oh, you're lying. Even though I'm showing the actual video of him being heckled. The same thing with King Charles. Yeah. Oh, you're the only one. I was here. No, because the mainstream media, they don't want to report there's anything wrong with. We're still catering to that narrative, And P. Dinah and I wanted to go and cover the Earthshot Prize with Prince William in Brazil. So we asked for a press pass. I am accredited as a reporter, and so is P. Dinah. And basically, they were nice to me, but they were not nice to P. Dinah. They were telling, "Who do you care?" And the Prince of Wales, he doesn't do social media, social influence. And I'm like, dude, really? And they were really rude, and they were hanging up on her. It's like, well, how can you not? Mm-hmm. Because do social media because they can't control what YouTubers say. You see the Royal Rota. If they want to get information or exclusive, or they want to get an interview with William or Catherine or anybody, they need to kiss their butts. Still, literally, So it's we're not. Your support means the world to us. You watching our videos, You don't want to just play them and just go for a walk or whatever, because especially these topics, you guys have no idea the censorship. Even uploading a stupid video, I put a title and it doesn't load. It doesn't load up. It's the title. I have to change a word. Yep. You literally have to. I remember, Ron, I posted a video yesterday, and I have to call Ron and say, Ron, what can you help me with the title? Because I have to put something so stupid, so it goes.
It took me many years to learn fluent algorithm. That is my second language, is algorithm. And what Paula said is exactly right. There's been 3,500 people, give or take, across all platforms all evening. Right? It's been about 3,000 people on YouTube all evening. The same as last night. The same as the night before. I have been so dedicated to exposing all of this for years. I've got just so much information to still bring to the surface for you guys. And the fact that you keep coming back and supporting the Shaun Attwood channel, supporting me, supporting people like Paula, it means so much to me, because do you know what it's been like sitting, doing your job, and you know what's going on in the world, but the platforms and circumstances restrict you from doing what you're passionate about? This is what I'm passionate about, exposing the monsters of the world. Nothing pleases me more than grabbing the metaphorical head of the puppy elite and rubbing it in the mess they've made themselves. Like, that is the ultimate for me. I love watching people fall on their swords when they lurk in the dark corners of the world where they don't think humans can observe them. Oh, the boogeyman is here.
And we have great content for you guys. We're going to do a super deep dive with Lauren the Insider and our super model. She's very beautiful. And debunking everything about Soho House and Naomi Campbell and the royal family and how linked they are. There's a reason why. There's a reason why people don't understand, royalty, they don't have any influence or power. They have more influence than a politician, because royals get to places where politicians don't. Everybody wants to hang around royalty. Nobody wants, you know what I mean? And royals, like, they live like trillionaires because they never pay for anything. We just saw that Eugenie and Beatrice were getting free tickets everywhere. You know what I mean? Planes, everything. They get into places, guys, that politicians, even actors, don't get in, because they have this aura of royalty. It doesn't even matter that it's from Norway and it's stupid mathematics, Yeah.
I just want to say, CBL, you, sir, are a moron. Like, find me one Illuminati image where you can see the second eye. You can see my eye. It's right there. It's right there. Goomba. It's right there. Second, one of my eyes covered. You want to talk about some stuff? Let's talk about some stuff, right? Hang on a second. Like, am I in the super Illuminati? Am I? Because I got the 3 triangles, right? Mystical symbols. Like, give me a break.
I don't have any tattoos.
Give me a break, man.
I don't have any tattoos.
I've got a hidden tattoo
God,
that when I got it done, the tattoo artist said to me,
"Oh, I sent you that.
Why are you getting this done?" And I said, "I don't know." And she went, "Well, you might one day." And when you see what this tattoo is, Paula, it's going to blow your mind.
When I come to Edinburgh, that should be fun.
No, I'm going. It's right here.
Okay.
It's
yeah, but I sent you this with Ellen DeGeneres. This is what I'm telling you. They're all intertwined. Mel Gibson, yes. That's his name, Mel Gibson. This is why they tried to take him down, because he didn't buy this BS.
Yeah, also because of that phone call.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, I love you, Mel, but that was wild. Okay.
Okay, anybody can have.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was wild. So anyway, that is the reality of this, and these conspirafacts and things that blow up, the celebrities that have got away with it so long, Jay-Z being photographed with multiple underage girls that became his partners, as exposed by Nicki Minaj. We've done a video on this already. You can go back and watch that. It's all in our faces. It's all in our faces.
They use these women like, okay, Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle. Chrissy Teigen hooked John Legend, because who's Chrissy Teigen? Nobody. A suitcase girl, right? Yeah, she's married to John Legend, an A-lister who sings for the king. Then Meghan Markle managed, she couldn't hook Andrew because Fergie was body blocking her. That's the only reason why Meghan Markle did not end up marrying Andrew or whatever, because Fergie was body blocking any woman who came near Andrew, because she didn't want to lose the title. She wanted to be the only Duchess of York, right? So Meghan Markle lucked out with Harry. I just can't get over it, because Meghan Markle did unspeakable things, or things were done to her on that yacht before she went to see Harry in Botswana, like a virgin. It's like giggling.
Yeah, there's we're going to get to Epstein's religion. There's a lot of groundwork that needs to be laid, Adam, before the average consumer of this is ready for what's coming. That's why Ron's not gone full Ron on your asses yet with regards to the occult and all of this. We've got to lay the foundation so that people's minds are slowly taking in what they thought it wasn't possible before. Okay. It's a subject that is the metaphorical version of putting your hand over a flame. Your brain will pull your hand away. At some point, your brain will pull your hand away. It's the same with this topic. So I apologize. But again, there's a reason for why we're building this up and building this up. Yeah, I didn't read any books, mate. You don't have to worry. I think I've read like 2 books in my whole life. So don't have to worry about that. Okay. I probably couldn't even spell book. So nothing to worry about there. If you guys have got any questions and want to throw this up, I'm going to also have a call-in feature ready for next week. So I want to hear public reaction to all of this. I want you guys to be able to sort of come on and trauma dump a little bit on your reactions to it, because a lot of people feel helpless. They feel lost. They want to do this. They want to do that. And that can cause you to kind of spiral inwards a little bit. So as a community, it's going to be good to voice that. Am I Scottish? I am Scottish. Yes, I am. What else we got here?
Kinross. Were you ever at the Tea in the Park?
Nah, sadly, I never went to Tea in the Park.
I did.
No, this did not. Just not. Wasn't ever there. Okay, yeah. So anybody that has anything else they want to throw at us, let us. Oh, hang on. There's a question up here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to look into that just now. I'm going to look into this right now. Ellen
DeGeneres.
Opening with pizza. Oh, Google's well in tune with how I can't spell. Ellen's Oscar pizza party. What? Okay. Good day.
14. Ellen DeGeneres turns the Oscars into a bloody pizza party.
Are you going to give is there footage of any of this? No, it's just okay. Give me a second. Cut back to Hillary for a minute. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. So that is true. That's a real thing. She actually has a pizza party at the Oscars.
It's insane. They're all degenerates. I mean, and you know, Chrissy Teigen threatening that 17-year-old girl, how she wanted her to take a dirt nap. And this is the woman that is now part of the King's Trust. It's like they're like Teflon, you know?
Chrissy Teigen is.
Yeah, these people like that. Meghan Markle is known like one of the biggest bullies. I mean, she was not only known as a bully in the United Kingdom, but also in the United States, Vanity Fair. Like you see all these people, and yet they're like Teflon. Yeah. Harry is speaking at the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah, I just want to. I also just feel like I need to just say, right, like, don't stop eating pizzas. Okay, like pizza's done nothing wrong here. Okay, like, please, because. If I was at a party and someone was walking around with pizzas, I'm taking a slice of pizza. There's going to be some innocent pizza bystanders in this scenario. But the fact that we've got an individual at the center or linked to the individuals, you have to wonder if there's some sort of point scoring, like, oh, look, I've managed to get the pizzas into the Oscars. Wow. Do you see what I mean? I can see it from there. Because that is really I mean, unless this is like, you know, really fancy pizza, but I mean, it doesn't make we all know this. We all know what this looks like.
Well, at least Ellen is out of the UK now. She's back in the US.
I do believe the person that was left the island in the will was the girlfriend. We talked. What's her name? Katerina. Don't quote me on that. Okay, but that would be my answer. If we were in a bar and all shouting out our answers. But we can check on that. Looks a bit like she was tossing it in their faces. Okay.
They should just thank the Lord. Okay. Because
just in general, they should just thank the Lord. End of sentence.
I know, but I'm just saying they should just thank the Lord that I'm not a DOJ.
Oh.
Or the Attorney General. I mean, I would, if I had a country, PDFs and stuff like that, I don't think they'd get a trial. I just think they'd be dragged and they would meet.
We can't talk about that. We can't say that. We would give them a fair trial in a court of law. YouTube, that's what we do. Okay, YouTube algorithm. All right. Now, who's that? Who's that lady? Is that that's not the princess, is it? Oh, no, is that her ex-wife?
That's Portia.
Oh, okay.
Her wife, and that's Diddy.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Also, like, did you see the tiny Diddy in the thumbnail?
Diddy boy.
Because the Diddy cases, and this is sort of the last point I want to make, right? There's been so many cases, Mark Dutroux, Diddy, Epstein, where it's completely fine for one individual to be a crazy pervert. As long as it's one person and it's not any way, shape, or form a global anything, a RICO case, a syndicate, a cartel, it's fine. And the Diddy case, all of these cases have that element to them. And it's mind-blowing. So that's why there's a tiny Diddy hidden under this bit of pizza down here, just staring from under the cheese. But it's true. And whether it's Chrissy Teigen, whether it's Jay-Z, there's so much more to come. Okay? Like Epstein, Royals, BBC, Savile, the dude that was like a wildlife reporter who was doing things with the animals, Mandelson, like it just keeps going and going, and everybody has this little web. And hopefully in the next couple of shows I'm going to start putting together a mind map of stuff so that we can start putting things in little categories, like the pizza story, all the people connected to that in a thing, and it will be public for you guys to see. And it just creates a sort of cascade of the research as a visual tool rather than it just being hours and hours of footage for people to watch through. Because it's about the information being consumable as fast as possible.
These people, they're a waste of resources and taxes, and I don't know. I'm showing you something before we go. This is in the history of Norway. This is the first time, for the first time ever, members of the Norwegian royal family, Crown Princess Mette, she's not Crown Princess, and her husband Håkon, the Crown Prince, have been seen visiting Oslo prison to see Marius, who has been held in custody since Monday on suspicion of, that's the little boy they went to see. He's almost 30. Yeah. And by the way, all the things that he did, he did them while he was at the royal residence. Yep. And this Norwegian ambassador, incredibly popular, Mona Juul.
Give them a little recap here. So this is the son of the future Queen of Norway, whose father is a convicted transporter, drug baron, gangster, real deal scary dude. This is his son, who is the future he is Joffrey from Game of Thrones. He is the future prince, and he is currently
he's not a prince, but his mother married his mother is the equivalent of Princess Catherine.
Yeah, his mother's going to be the freaking queen. So in the grand story of like royals, it would be easier to think of him as the future prince, right?
And he's been accused. He's going through trial for 38 charges, 4 of them being rape and beating up women. He has pled guilty to beating women up, but not the raping part. Yeah. And to transporting,
the white stuff.
The white stuff, and Andrews share confidential information with Epstein as trade envoy. Shocker! That is treason. The same thing with Peter Mandelson. They were lobbying for this for others. Yeah, breaking, a leaked email reveals King Charles' aide oversaw royal protection at Epstein home.
Say that again? Who sought royal protection?
Charles' aide, senior aide, oversaw royal protection at Epstein home. They stayed at Epstein home.
They linked the email. Or are they just saying
that? It's in the emails that are there. I sent you.
Yeah, but where's the email? I don't care if someone's saying it on Twitter. Where's the email that they're talking about?
I sent you I will send you the newspaper. The link for the newspaper is in the article.
Oh, it's in the article. Okay, they've got it in the article. That's fine. As long as there's a link to what they're talking about. Otherwise, it's just madness.
And then, Prince William has no hesitation, let it be known, and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor should face police alone. And this is the Epstein survivors are releasing this ad on the Super Bowl Sunday to send a message that they will not move on from the largest ex-trafficking scandal in the world. Do you want to listen to it?
Yeah. The Epstein survivors are, oh, wow. Oh, hell yeah.
After years of being kept apart, we're standing together.
Standing together.
Because this girl deserves the truth.
Because she deserves the truth.
Because we all deserve the truth.
Oh, it's all gonna fall down, baby! Come on! This is it, man. This is it. These women are the pinnacle peak of badassery. We're just going to get together and silently make a freaking advert for the Super Bowl.
Oh, and here's Fergie.
Sitting in front of you. Did you?
Absolutely, yes. And it was given to me, and I got it in the car and then returned it straight away.
Once the scandal broke?
As soon as I knew it was a scandal, not once it broke, Michael. But don't try and trick me now, because I'm not going to play this game. Delete that bit. John, can you just delete it, please, that bit? Because I don't want to go down this.
Duchess, I'm asking very fair questions of you.
No, I just too tabloidy.
John is Sarah's Australian agent off screen. This is everything you've written in your book, though.
Yes, I know, but it's
and you're
the way
releasing your book, and you've agreed
the book
to
the book has already been released, and the thing is, I'm not going to go down to this point. I'm going to answer your questions, but that's done. It's finished. I've answered it. Thank you very much. Moving on to the next question.
This is just the starting point of this year in your life that you've written. It's pivotal. It's what started the whole.
Yeah, she wrote about it. King Charles drowning in stress due to scandal magnate brother Andrew, and then people refuse to. And then here is Meghan Markle pretending that she's wearing this is supposed to be at the 15%. Her mom is half black. Why didn't she have her mom there? Because apparently her mom has dumped her ass too. She's at this 15%.
Listen, hang on a second. Listen. I can't stop smiling when talking about these victims. Hell yeah. These victims have sat for decades getting zero justice and nothing. I am smiling for their what they're getting. We should all be happy that the justice is happening. It's okay to be excited to see people finally be given a chance to have a voice. Okay, it's also a very complex situation with a lot of emotions. Okay, so you got to understand that. I understand their survivors. I have a long history with all of this, and I understand that smiling that survivors have got together and are putting things out. I'm happy for them that they have finally got an opportunity to be vindicated. You've no idea how long some of us have been talking about this and how we've been pushed down for it.
Ron, remember when we did the live where we talked about Harry and Meghan Markle going to Nigeria and that they were going on behalf of the government business because senior aides from Buckingham Palace on behalf of Charles were part of the group following Harry and Meghan? Well, guess who's coming to England?
This guy?
Nigeria. He's been invited by Charles.
Oh God! And again, and what Paul is mentioning there is we have a show that still happens every now and again called A Royal Mess, and we looked into the fact that Harry and Meghan visited Nigeria, right? Nigeria on they're not part of the royal family anymore, but they were there for a royal visit. And this whole conspiracy of sending in royals that aren't attached to the royals to do under the table deals. What kind of deals? Well, it turns out it was a $10 billion medical aid contracts that were up for grabs, and whose friends all got the contracts, right? Now, $10 billion in aid contracts and medical contracts, that people you get unalived for messing with that level of business. And that is what I think that we see happening.
Government. And not only that, Harry received full head of state reception because he inspected the guards. You only inspect the guards when you go on behalf of the head of state, like the monarch, right?
Yeah.
Like they gave him a farewell dinner singing God Save the King. He had he had full bodyguards. He was invited by the Nigerian government. you know, and the two of the top 8 senior aides of King Charles were in the visit organizing, making sure that everything was going okay. And now the guy's coming to the UK.
To be honest, there's quite a lot of people coming to the UK that I'd rather not didn't come to the UK, if I'm being honest with you. A lot of French tourists, a lot of them.
This is Marius. Look how lovely. That's his little mate.
His little mate. Okay.
That picture apparently was taken after one of those parties. Oh, I love this one. I posted this.
That's some AI madness. Oh yeah, no, can't play that. Can't play that. You can't play that on YouTube. You can't play that on YouTube. Yeah,
that's
okay.
Me with Barbara. I did posted the interview.
Yeah. No, that's posting that on YouTube, man.
I have to take care of my people. This is his people. Metemarit, the daughter doing some sort of white thing. And
hang on. No, you scared me now with your Twitter. Your Twitter's gone.
No, my Twitter's okay. My Twitter's okay.
No, it's not. You freaked me out. You just had.
Oh, here it is. Here's the. Remember when Håkon gave the speech? It's with the English translation.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll take that. Hang on. You got to tell people what this is, Paula.
Okay, this is Prince Håkon, the equivalent of Prince William, who goes and confronts the reporters about the scandal of his stepson, who's accused of 38 counts of criminal, for them raping and beating women and all kinds of things and trafficking and everything. So he was advised not to talk to them, and he goes and talks to the press anyways. So this is what he's saying, and you can read the thing there. So you basically, it's there. So he's confronting the press or asking him, what do you think of what's going on? Please say something, right? About Marius and Metemarit with all the Epstein emails and her being pregnant with Epstein. And this is what he answers.
Yo.
Sånn som det har vært for vår familie nå, så jeg litt opptatt at vi må ha prioriteten litt I riktig rekkefølge. For meg så har det viktigste.
He said, for me, the most important thing these last few days has been to take care of the herd. The herd is Marius, the accused criminal, Metemarit, who's been frolicking with Epstein up until December 2018, at least, and his daughter, who just ranted against victims.
Vært disse siste dagene å ta vare på flokken. Vi støtter Marius I den situasjonen.
Support Marius. And they did a bad translation because we support Marius in the situation he finds himself in. Was he lost in the woods that he got out and suddenly he's lost somewhere? You know what I mean?
Han står I. Vi passer på de andre barna. De må også ivaretas. Og jeg må passe på og ta vare på kronprinsessen. Og heldigvis så tar hun vare på meg også.
Did you read what he said? He said that they take care of the princess.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I took all of this in the other day when we watched it. Just talk through the public. I found, like honestly, the stuff that I've just found is now the priority of what I'm going to be talking about. So we're done. We are done talking about anything else. So I've just found this. Epstein Files new. Democrats released 68 disturbing photos before Justice Department deadline. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Like, has this been debunked? Like, what am I looking at?
I don't know. By the way, the children, they're not children. All the kids. Oh, that's Meghan. I sent you that picture, Ron, a while ago. Remember how Meghan Markle was riding on bananas?
No, Paula, hang on.
Meghan Markle was riding on bananas. That she was leaving little messages writing on the fruit, even in the United Kingdom, when she went to this organization and she wrote your love to these hookers that was supported by the Royal Foundation, and she got banana and she started writing on the bananas.
Paula, these are people.
I know that, but I sent you that picture because one of
so what is listen, just bear with me. You're derailing my thought process here. So what you're saying is there's other images where Meghan Markle's written on a banana. Are you saying this is Meghan Markle?
Well, it's been implied that the lady with the foot, that's Meghan Markle's foot because of the toe, because she has that big toe sticking out.
She does have a mad toe. I'm going to just say, I mean, I don't know that I was traumatized by Megan's feet. I don't know if this is Megan's foot at all. Also, is Megan not a black lady?
No, she's white.
Okay, sure. So I've just I don't know what this is. It's a House Committee oversight, and it's 68 images that were released ahead of the official Epstein files being released, and everything. There ain't no covering of faces here, yo. Like nothing is redacted.
Show them.
I ain't showing none of these just now. Like, what the hell is? Hang on a second. Like, is this inside the house? That's redacted up there. So that's inside. All right, hang on. Let me just put this back up, and then I'm going to click through this. Can I not pop these out? No. Can I? What does this do?
You can if they're in the public domain. You can just look at what they have.
No. I'll direct people to where they can look at them themselves. It's one of those things that I'd rather be on the side of caution, because this is a website called Dropbox House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. So I'll happily direct people. I'll put the link on X, because there's people talking in meetings that aren't redacted. There's obviously no horrible stuff. Well, there is actually. Victims' faces have been redacted. All the victim faces are redacted. All of the men of power's faces, loud and proud. Like, look at this. Look at this smuggerson. And I'm going to go and put this. There's an article that I just found this in here, right? Before the deadline, 2 months ago. And if you come down here, there's a link. So I'm going to post the link on X to this news article, and you'll be able to scroll down and find what you're looking for.
Ron, did you see the picture of the girl presenting Jeffrey 2 cakes that look like boobs?
No. Hang on.
Well, I'm showing it on my Twitter, but I don't know. It's nothing indecent. It's you check it. See that the screenshot that I have there. So this is on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not showing a boob cake. I can't do it. I don't know what planet we're living on right now, but I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm so sorry. YouTube is that stupid that it ain't getting me like that. YouTube ain't getting me like that. Some AI will see that and be like, demonetized. I'm pretty sure that's already going to happen with the punching in the face thing, to be perfectly honest. But that's just YouTube in it. So I'm going to have to cut that out, sadly. But what else, Paul? What else do you want to throw out here?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just giving a.
Yeah, no, we've nailed it. You've
There's
nailed
a
it.
lot to do with Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen.
Yes.
You know what's insane? That this woman is living her best life. She got over in her mind.
Yes.
She went over the hurdle. Her biggest scandal is not even the tweets. It's the fact that she bullied a 17-year-old girl, right? And
yeah, I mean that's pretty bad.
Life. Now she's at the king's trust. She's going to these galas for the king, for the monarchy, and everything. It's insane, isn't it?
It's completely insane. And your point's a really good point, actually. The fact, oh yeah, Wayfair. We're going to get to Wayfair. We're getting there. Probably the next couple of days, we'll have all the Wayfair stuff. So what you said is really, really like prominent. These people are living their best lives. The Jay-Z's, the Diddy's, the Epsteins, the Andrews, the future queens of here and princesses of there. They're all living their best life, all surrounded on some level of accountability to the grand plan of the Jeffrey Epstein monster machine. It really, really is. Kevin Spacey is also a creep. Okay, well, that's your opinion, sir, and you can have that. I'm pretty sure most of us agree. So, yeah, the Wayfair one is crazy. I remember covering that when that happened, and there was a PDF dark web community that was monitoring all of the live streams I was doing because I'd found these links to a Russian sort of image-based site where people could upload photography. And, you know, when you go to a photography site and it's got 60 or 70 categories of photography, and they all have maybe 2,000-3,000 images in them. And then you have children as a category and it has 1.8 million images, right? Something going on there. And I blew the lid off this whole scheme that was set up to look like kids that were willingly putting themselves on the internet because they needed some money to sell pictures of themselves. And they were monitoring me, and then they got deleted off the dark web, and then all that got taken away. So the Wayfair stuff we will get to, I promise. But if you've got any more questions or anything before we sort of start,
I'm going to send you this, Ron. So
Yep.
you do, I think it's important. This is about Karina Shuliak.
Yeah.
So you can look at it because this guy did this video of the importance of Karina Shuliak, right?
Okay.
And he's showcasing what she's received and everything. I figure you'd like that. So it's right there. I just sent it to you. It's a guy who did a little clip, a video exposing or showing Karina Shuliak. Karina Shuliak is in the news. Let me show you her significance. And then he goes.
These documents showed that they actually considered getting married, although whether they actually did or not is unclear. She is by far the largest recipient of Jeffrey Epstein's wealth. When Epstein died, she received $50 million immediately, to be followed by $50 million distributed annually through what is called an annuity. She received Jeffrey Epstein's entire real estate portfolio almost. She received the entire New Mexico ranch, which is over 7,000 acres, around 7,600 acres, I believe. That property is dotted with various ornate, lavish structures. And on top of that, she received almost every object that was within the ranch. Although the sale price of the New Mexico ranch is unknown, it was definitely in the tens of millions of dollars. She got the same from the entire living James Island and everything in it, all of the trucks, all of the cars, everything that is required to maintain the island she received as a distribution through Jeffrey Epstein's will. That property alone sold for about $60 million. She got the same from the Paris estate and got everything in it. That property sold for $11 million. She got the entire Palm Beach mansion and everything in it. That property sold for $18.5 million, and it was later torn down and redeveloped for quite a profit. She also received the entire New York mansion, which is the largest private residence in New York City. That property sold for about $51 million. She also received $5 million to help with the maintenance of each property, totaling $25 million. She also received a diamond ring that we'll talk about in a moment, and 48 diamonds. Those diamonds all came with Gemological Institute of America identification numbers, which you can actually look up and see the condition of the diamond and plug into AI and get a rough estimate. I did that for 48 different diamonds, and the estimate came out anywhere from $400,000 to about $700,000. The ring is interesting because when it is noted in the will, there is a little handwritten section that reads, "Prior to execution of this trust agreement, I had given Karina Shuliak the diamond ring described below in contemplation of marriage. In the event that the marriage is not consummated," and then they give a contingency plan. We don't know if they actually did get married. Those records are private, and you have to be actually a party to the marriage to request them, unfortunately. So the total value of the money given to Karina Shuliak, Jeffrey Epstein's last girlfriend, is anywhere from $260 million to about $300 million. It's often been quoted that she is a dentist, but let's be honest, nobody is working as a dentist after receiving this kind of money. First is Karina.
To put it in perspective, Ghislaine Maxwell got left $10 million. So did Jeffrey Epstein's pilot. Okay. Now, so let's play a little game called What Have We Seen in the Movies? Okay. So let's say you're married to the person who is arrested for being an international criminal. I'm thinking you might want to have a chat with her, FBI. I'm thinking you might want to ask yourself, all those references to beef jerky that we learned about tonight, that were talked about off the island. Wonder if they're on a ranch, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a big piece of land. Oh man, it is like the fog is slowly being lifted It's slowly being lifted. What are you up to, love? Like, seriously. Where are we gonna find
Well,
this?
she's the one ordering all that acid, wasn't it?
I don't know. I can't remember. I could, but
There was
maybe.
there was an email when there was a purchasing order. I don't know how many.
Yeah, it was 60 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid.
Yeah.
Um,
So she was up to no. I'm surprised she hasn't been charged with anything wrong.
that was a banger clip. Those are the clips, Paula. I approve every time. Yeah, that's a good one right there. But man, it's just so much to take in. I need to apologize for how much information there is, and trying to shove as much information on a thumbnail as I can and getting an idea. I think what I might start doing is in the description, I'll list all the other topics that we're going to cover, because it means you guys can sort of go, oh, that one interests me. I'll go and have a wee look into that. What is the acid for? Well, alleged. In fact, I'll tell you what. I'll play the beef jerky video one more time.
No, I'm gonna get going, but thank you for having me, Ron. And we're seeing
it's a
this
pleasure.
week sometime.
Yeah, of course. Paula,
Thank
listen,
you, beautiful
this-
people. Have a great night,
nonstop.
guys.
All right, Paula, cheers, my G. Peace, 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 peace. So I'll play one more time the beef jerky video and again, here's the thing. I don't usually steal this much content. Okay, so this is Asmund Gold looking over Epstein file documents where you can see the URL to go and double check what he's looking at. And the internet thinks we've found a new terminology, which is jerky or beef jerky, which represents the children all prepared for consumption. So yeah, here we go.
Okay, so you think they found a code word for human meat? Wait, what? Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful above all for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids. A small insulated bag would be fine. I don't recommend checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has
in the fridge. In the where? In the why?
Or at her place, please get it from her as well. I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in a downstairs freezer. Why would you freeze jerky? Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky.
Cannibal vampires, man. This is cannibal vampire madness. Okay. This is
to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ.
This is what, so the plan is to make a batch of the jerky before they leave to go to Little St. James. So when we were talking about that ranch, that's really what I'm saying. So Asmund's going to go
and
on.
Some of that will go to Steve, and
too.
the rest will go to you at LSJ when I arrive. Little St. James Island. That's what LSJ must mean. So logically, that means that they were doing this off of the island. Steve Hansen is sending jerky to your attention overnight. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday. I will bring jerky. Is there a time I could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky? And that's from Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come tomorrow. Show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste his new jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called guys, the restaurant's called Cannibal and Cooks. Wait for
like, at least with Comet Ping Pong, and that they tried to at least give us a title we could be fooled by. Cannibal and Cooks. Okay.
For it, beef jerky and steak. Can Blank make some jerky? I think we should landscape all around the house to use the water if possible. If the main house is not enough, are there any
to use the water if possible? I'm sorry. Y'all know what beef jerky is, right? It's dry, okay? At no point have I ever seen a process described on even a packet of jerky where they're like, we needed a lot of water. We had to soak the jerky. We had to get it real wet before we dried it out and cured it. I put it in a fridge.
Recorded images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky at all.
So the reason I'm saying that is obviously, I think we're talking about, I don't think it's really jerky. Okay. I think it's steaks, human steaks. Okay. And you would put steaks in the freezer. You'd put steaks in the fridge. If you were butchering an animal for steaks, you would need a lot of water to clean up everything that happened, right? Oh God, no, it's a sacrifice. Dig it all up. Everything needs dug up, okay? And you know what? Let's just dig up our own stuff too, okay? You don't know who lived in your house before you did. Just have a look. Man, also, who's buying Jeffrey Epstein's island and that? Oh, no.
All.
You know it's going to be turned into something really messed up, right? It's going to be it's like...
No, there are no recorded or publicly known images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky. Who sends beef jerky to a lab?
So the reason that he asked because if we've got hundreds of pictures of Jeffrey Epstein just jerkying up, like he is pro artisanal jerky, then it's jerky. But there's not one. And
lab for analysis. Wait, what? I was looking for the beef jerky as I knew it was in my suitcase, and I thought that maybe I left it on the beach, only to find a small plastic bag near my dog's bed. I'll email Francis to make us some more, as I need 6 to 8 ounces to send to the lab, and I'll forward to Francis the info to send to the lab directly. Guys, I think something's going on.
Yes.
What's this here? Commercial? Apparently it's his last girlfriend who's active on Twitter right now. Check the mail name.
Okay, yeah, we went over that at the start of the video, so you guys can take that with a pinch of salt, but it's a Bitcoin bot, allegedly. Last bit of the
That's
emails.
crazy. She cooked in the brain? Maybe. She ate the brain? Yeah, maybe she did. Wire transfer request form. A 65-gallon guy.
Now look again. It's really important you can see the URLs, okay? It's so important that when you're taking in information, you know where it's coming from.
6 55-gallon
6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid. 6 55-gallon. So, even if you were to make stock out of bones, right, you're still left with some bones and stuff. You know what I mean? And hair and teeth and fingernails. And like stuff that isn't really what you would want in your delicious steak. It's got to go somewhere. And if there is a whole team of people needing 6 to 8 ounces a day, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Also, 6 to 8 ounces is how you talk about steaks. Steaks are in ounces. Oh. Total Dahmer shizness. You're right, Shirley. 100%. 100%. Wild.
sulfuric acid with fuel and insurance charge. They are dissolving bodies.
Yep. So that shocking horror is enough shock and horror without people having to make up nonsense on the internet to rage bait people and pull them away from the painstaking job of reading through all of this nightmare. You know, it really is. Aren't drums huge? Yeah, I mean, 55 gallons is pretty massive. Like a gallon's like 4 liters, I think. So 200 liters per 220 liters, say, per barrel, maybe. Guesstimating. This is beyond evil. Yes. Yes. Look up kittens too in the files. There's an email saying something about killing kittens. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. Maybe it's for batteries. Maybe. This is really sick. Yep. Reverse osmo. Okay. Jeffrey Dahmer had buckets and a huge tub. Yeah, he did. He actually did. Yeah. He actually did. But I think Jeffrey was dissolving everything, right? He was doing guts, the flesh, like he was doing quite a lot. Because he just chopped like heads off and stuff and put them in the freezer, right? Like he wasn't fully, like he wasn't butchering his kill to the fullest of its extent and packing the freezer once a year, if you know what I mean. Crazy. Film Mother. Hang on. With the lady looks like a famous lady, but I don't think that lady is the famous lady that I think that lady is. Is it this one, mate? Jennifer Lawrence. Was it the mother or was it just mother? This one? Is it this one? The J-Lo one. Is it the J-Lo one? The mother. This one here. Can't be this one. Surely can't be this one. Okay, because no what, like for a start, we've all been wearing Parkers wrong. So well done us. Okay, sorry. So Mega Johnson it's this one you're talking about, right? The Jennifer Lawrence one, not the other one. The first one. Okay, yeah. Well, I know I will not be watching that. Thank you very much. I will not be watching that. So yeah, I learned my lesson with the movie Irreversible and what can happen when you just blindly press play on a critically acclaimed film from France. Okay. You can't unsee stuff. You really can't. And again, I really want to know what is going on here. Oh, God. Oh, my God. It's just, honestly, it is the thing of nightmares. And again, yesterday when we went through those videos and the DOJ had released a certain set of videos where it looked like 3 separate incidents with one individual at the center of it. And it was one room with a big table in it with multiple people with a little girl that crawls through after a bell's rung. And if you hadn't watched them all, you wouldn't have realized that that wasn't one twisted pervert. That was a bunch of twisted perverts in a room, twisted perverting it up. And that is really important context. What the hell is that? What the hell is phenazopridine? Hang on, let's Google it. Phenazopridine. The frick is this? Kidneys. Okay. Oh, wow. As a medication which excreted by the kidneys into the urine has a local anesthetic effect on the urinary tract. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, if you all know about urinary tract infections and abuse and unsanitariness entering places, that is the thing of nightmares. That again was released in the 68 alleged images that were released ahead of the... Damn. Well, that's enough internet for me for today. Let's look at a pretty sunset. Okay. Nah, just Google's frozen. Nah, we're not getting to look at that. Nah, there we go. Okay. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, let's just all relax and just take a couple of minutes and look at the pretty. That's an island. Okay, we can't look at that. That's got connotations. Oh, God. They've ruined views for me. Okay, there's a hill now. Yeah, see? Ha! No Epstein Hills. Yeah. Right, let's all look at the nice image and just have a moment to just decompress from this. Okay? Yes, thank you. Breathe. It is a lot. Okay, it really is a lot. And it's very soon the members night is going to be returning over on my channel, because I personally believe that if we're going to be gathering together under the veil of this traumatic darkness, then it's kind of my responsibility to make sure we all do something together that isn't traumatic. Because if we don't have balance as a community, all you're going to do is get stuck in an echo chamber of horrors, you know? And believe it or not, us all coming together is the opposite of their grand plan. They don't want community. They don't want us all talking. They don't want us coming together and having good ideas, okay? They don't. It's terrifying to them. It's terrifying. And I think there's so many new people, so many new faces, so many people that have gravitated to the channels. And I want to celebrate you guys as well, because I can't believe the support that you guys have given me over the last few days covering all this. And it sucks. I came to YouTube wanting to make camping videos, and 8 years later became an expert on the subcategories of PDF file, child predator, and ritualistic cabal actions. And finally, we have reached a point where justice is coming for some victims, at least in the sense of it might not be traditional justice yet, but for some people, just being believed, just not being told that you're crazy is such a win. Trust me, man. Trust me. Do you know, in all the years I've been doing this, do you know this? You know, when people say to me, how do you cope with all this? How do you cope with the dark? Do you know the stuff that screwed me up? I mean, pouring tears coming out my face. I used to have a series called Survivor Sundays, where we would play the stories of survivors, and I couldn't handle it. I could not handle it at all. At all. Like, I lived through it all with them in my brain. It's so, anyway, so that messed me up. But all these monsters, man, all these monsters are just that. This is just another day. This is another day. The only thing that separates me, right, from being able to make real change is financial budget. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if there's any billionaires out there that want to just like have a bit of a laugh, throw me a few mil and we'll see what we can get done. Do you know what I mean? Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, big shout out. Thank you, KTP. Thank you for being here for so long. So yeah, I think we've had a nice time now. We've looked at some landscape. You're definitely into witchcraft. I'm definitely into witchcraft. I think I've covered that in pretty huge amounts. Okay. I'm a practicing pagan. Okay. There is definitely witchcraft in my life on a daily basis. But you, sir, are the one with the corrupt mind. You are the one who is pigeonholing your lack of knowledge. The world exists on a very balanced scale. Okay. Good and bad. The two fundamental forces that need to exist in this world. The wolf eats the stag. Great for the wolf, terrible for the stag. Good and bad. Evil has no place here. The only thing capable of manifesting evil and creating evil is human beings. And those manifestations come through our free will and choices. You can be led to the river, but you have to be the one who chooses to drink. I live in the balance of the black and white, the gray. These individuals practice forbidden, dark, blood-related, soul-destroying, massacring of humans. Okay? So don't you ever come up here with that. So, what else? Don't know. Love you guys. I'm gonna. Do you know what? I was meant to start at 8 o'clock, and I started at 7. Right? Didn't even I'm on this mad hell. Like, I'm a new man. Right? I'm going to tell you that right now. Ron, over the last 48 hours, has had You know, if anyone's had counseling or therapy, right, and you hear people talking about breakthroughs, okay. Anyone who's ever had a clinical breakthrough, okay, or a mental health journey breakthrough will know how mad a breakthrough is, okay? And I've had my first major breakthrough over the last 48 hours, and I feel good, okay? And we are ready. We are ready for 2026. And I want to thank all of you for being here. You're all amazing. I can't wait to see you all tomorrow. And have a good night. Go and relax. Go and chill out. Go and share this. And I will see you all tomorrow. And from the bottom of my heart, me, okay, no anyone else, thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for your support. This is such an important topic to me. And like I say, I've got a vast amount of knowledge, a vast amount of content that YouTube took away, documentaries, years of research, and this whole web is so much bigger. And when we can show you something in the files that we researched and have evidence for from 6-7 years ago, it puts into perspective just how long things have been in our faces. So thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being awesome. And catch you tomorrow. From me, Ron Swanson, as always. Be safe out there.